now tuned in to the cold, hard truth. Cayman's #1 hard-hitting live podcast show, where we feature some straightforward conversations on political, social, and celebrity news and all things happening in the Cayman Islands and around the world. This show was created to give the people a voice and a means of being involved and informed without any filters. Sometimes it gets crazy, but we always keep it real. We bring you the tea, piping hot, so grab your favorite beverage and join the conversation via WhatsApp at 324-1612. Email tips at CaymanMarlRoad.com. Now, here's your host, Sandy Hill, broadcasting live from the beautiful Cayman Islands.
Yeah, I've been trying to read some of that, but now I'm just trying to catch up on my life.
We got some VIP movie tickets to give away.
Oh, power went out at Justin Bieber concert, so that's the news apparently.
We also have to announce our winner of our Pay Your Bills contest. We're going to give out $2,000 this morning. And we're going to draw our weekly winner for free Papa John's pizza as well. That's coming up. It's 7:24 right now.
Big news. I have some important news for you. Interesting news.
It's Blake and Aaron's Spilling the Tea with Sandy.
Cayman's top news headlines of the day from CMR.
Good morning, Sandy. Happy Friday.
Morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Friday.
Well,
Doing fantastic. How are you?
great.
We are good. What do you have for us this morning?
So, in your Friday news, we have cruise ships coming next week.
Is that next week?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's hard to believe, but
What day is it? The Monday?
Yes, the 21st. Super exciting times. They're going to have a little ceremony there at the port, much like they have done with the airlines. So Disney Magic is arriving on the shores of the Cayman Islands on Monday, March the 21st, bright and early, 7 o'clock in the morning. They'll be docking.
Oh,
Yes.
cool.
All
I
right.
may do the drive by
do
the
long
harbor
drive.
just to be like, wow, I haven't seen a cruise ship in 2.5 years.
I know.
You see it, and you'll be like, "Cool, okay, I'm good."
Yeah. I don't know. I think cruise ships are they're just it's cool to see them. I think they're just phenomenal.
The idea is great.
Yeah. I think it's
Yeah, the idea is great.
The idea is great.
Yeah.
It's also on March 21st, just really quick.
I think there's
it
sights
is,
to be seen.
It is a World Down Syndrome Day, and everyone needs to wear like brightly colored mismatched socks on March 21st. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the first cruise ship to return to call on the Cayman Islands since March of 2020. So 2-year hiatus. And no doubt there'll be many who are happy for the cruise industry to return so that they can get back to work. And speaking of cruise ships, a 164-ton cruise ship ran aground in the Dominican Republic on Monday. So the Norwegian Escape, which is a 2015 mega ship.
Yeah, that comes here or has come here. That's the one that Guy Harvey painted.
Yes, it's actually beautiful. I can see that that's his artwork. Yeah.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He
the
did
one.
paint that. Yeah.
That's the one. It ran aground. And what happened?
So basically, it had 4,000 passengers on board, and it hit the seabed as it pulled away from Puerto Playa. Damaging the ship's hull. And
Ow.
yeah, the rest of the cruise was canceled.
Oh, really?
As a result, serious
were on
damage.
it. So no, but like
Coral reef right ahead.
like, did they have to like evacuate people and stuff
Yep.
out at sea?
And
I
you
thought
know
that
what
thing
is so
was the same.
sad for them? That was actually the first day.
He ran
of the
aground.
trip.
That's what they said about the Titanic.
I know, but it ran aground.
That was the first stop.
Anyway, sorry. What's Sandy?
That was the first stop for the
Oh, man, really?
Yeah, so it's set from Orlando on March the 12th, and of course,
Who's driving that thing?
They say that it was caused by strong winds, and passengers were then stranded overnight, and they had to refloat and return the ship to port at high tide on Tuesday morning.
Wow.
So I feel bad for the reef that they damaged.
Or whatever.
Yeah, for
Maybe it's
sure.
just a sandbar. Who knows?
Yeah. So
Okay.
So the Proud of Them nominees continue. There was 15 individuals nominated. We have been featuring every day. We feature a new young person that the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture, and Heritage is highlighting. And this morning, we want to give a big shout out to Moyandra Brown, who's a former member and past president of the Cayman Islands Youth Assembly. And she also served as a peer mentor at Clifton Hunter. Now, she is amazing, not because of all of her accomplishments, but because she actually has dyslexia, and she's accomplished all of this in spite of having, a little hump in the road there that slows her down a little bit. But she has been relentless in pursuing her goals and aspirations. So congratulations to her. She enjoys cooking, and she's involved in a lot of things, including the National Cook-Off. So well done.
Cool. How old is she?
Nice.
She is, that's a good question.
Is she still in school?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations.
Well, she graduated in 2019. My apologies.
Oh, okay.
So it goes up to I think they go up to
20.
about 20. I think the nominees can go up to 25. Yes.
So
So
cool.
she just graduated in 2019 as valedictorian.
Oh, amazing. Congratulations to her.
Yeah.
Love to hear that stuff.
So absolutely. We're proud of all of them. But I think when you have, a little something, a little obstacle in the road that might slow you down a bit, then it's fantastic to really overcome those things. It just goes to show you what perseverance and dedication and a little help along the way can definitely do.
Absolutely. An early diagnosis of this stuff.
Yes. Jamaica's entertainment industry and regional news says that they are reopened for business. So Prime Minister Andrew Holness made the announcement yesterday in his budget debate and said that, guess what? After 2 years of banning entertainment events because of COVID-19, they're going to reopen today. So lots of people in Jamaica will be partying this weekend freely and having a good time.
I was like, a bad idea, an absolutely terrible idea.
Yeah. So venues still have to remain at below 70% capacity. But other than that, they are free to boogie.
Free for all.
Yeah.
Free for all.
I mean, it is kind of where the world's going
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the UK just dropped all their restrictions except for US people unvaccinated. They still got to do a PCR test before they get there.
Yeah. Just a little snippet of entertainment news. Kanye West was suspended from Instagram for 24 hours.
Yeah,
Yes, we talked about that yesterday. It was terrible.
He's back on today.
It was
He's already back. Ugh.
Yeah, the 24 hours.
Absolutely,
It's crazy.
it's disgusting speak from him. So
Yeah. I didn't hear what he said, but did you hear what Trevor actually said about him? And I thought Trevor is someone who's actually being really compassionate and concerned about the situation. And
Trevor Noah is a great person, and he's very good at putting into words to explain a situation, I find.
Exactly. And I thought his comments, like I said, I haven't listened to Kanye's latest rant, but I thought Trevor's comments were spot on. And it's exactly what I was thinking for sure, that this situation is kind of escalating, and it has escalated to a point where if I were Kim, I would be very uncomfortable. Security, honestly.
Yeah.
It's not a good look. But
He's got to screw loose.
There's something going on there, and it's, I mean, you gotta, it all kind of went downhill after his mom passed away, and that was a huge part of his life, and I do feel for him in that situation,
In another piece of entertainment news, Sandy, what do you think of Aaron's hairstyle?
Oh yes, I have. I braid so that I can.
I can't actually see it.
No, it's because my hair is really. It's because it's really
light.
Yeah, because I just got it colored.
Oh, okay.
Mom did it, and then so my boxer braid, so I can take it out and have a little hair.
Hey, turn around. Let's see.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, nice.
I never have my hair done, so now I have my hair done. Anyways, I'm gonna have it. Then I'm going to take it out, and it will be a little bit.
Looks good.
The green tie gala tonight, which the funds will go to the Alex Patton Foundation. So
you're going to wear it like that to the gala, or are you planning to take it out?
I'm taking it out so that my hair, so it's like I don't have to do it. I just told Monica, I'm like, please just do something like so that I don't have to do anything tomorrow.
The equivalent of wearing rollers to work.
It would be like, yeah, it would be like,
No, it's not.
it would be, well, no, because it's
No, it's
exactly like
just
a
braided.
hairstyle.
Well,
Yeah,
I know,
braided.
but you're doing it so that you get curls. Is what
Exactly. I mean, listen, I would wear rollers to work too. if it's
But you know what?
if I didn't have to do my hair.
Yeah, I totally get why she's doing it now because she wants
Yeah.
that kind of wavy, curly look.
Yeah.
And my hair does not do that. And out here in the humidity, it just goes, grass is always greener. People with curly hair want straight hair. Straight hair want curly hair. It's always like that.
Yeah.
A little bit of update for you on Bobo 89.1.
Yay, Bobo.
So the antenna has been hung. Your new antenna.
Ooh.
I should say our new antenna.
Are we
How
getting
exciting.
closer and closer and
How
closer?
So
exciting.
engineers here next week. So we hope that we'll turn some things on next week. Get it all buttoned up, and I don't know. You might be on by the end of next week. So
Oh my God.
So get ready.
So that Miami trip I was planning, I better expedite that.
Are you planning a Miami trip?
I was thinking about it. I'm gonna go grab some more equipment and stuff as well.
Oh, well, let me know, and I'll have some things shipped to you.
So yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do right now. But that's so oh my God, I'm totally excited. I am very, very excited. Everywhere I go, people are like, when's Bobo coming? When are you gonna be on radio? And I'm like, it's coming, it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm excited. That's good news. Thank you. That's the best news I've heard all month, really.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. We're really excited about it as well. So
all right. Well, we got tons of people on today because on our show we're going to be talking about employers who abuse domestic workers. So I can see this is a very hot topic. Almost 200 people already logged on.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've heard some stories. So yeah, that would be a very, very interesting topic for you guys.
Yep. All right, guys. Have a great weekend.
And you as well. We'll see you on Monday.
All righty. Bye. Looks like I better call Blake after the show to get a fix on that date. What did I just do to my somehow I've done something to my screen. Oh, there we go. All right, so okay, folks. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, yes, show link. Hold on. What's up, people? I'm coming. Everybody's like, Sandy, where is the show link today? We are ready. I find that WhatsApp lately on my phone has been acting a little bit wonky. They supposedly updated it. You know, when they update things, sometimes they actually break things. All right, so it's not responding. All right, let me, there we go. It's really kind of sluggish. What's up? What's up? I need to just copy this and then send it to my WhatsApp group. All right, let's play our jingle. I just want to make sure that our guest is ready. And I'm going to give you guys the backstory on our guest. And then we're going to have her tell her story. I'm so sad that, people are being abused in our country. This is not who we are. I mean, I'm just disappointed. We're better than this. All right. So 207 people. Let's all stand up, please, for our national song. I'm just kidding. All right. Here is our national song. You can stand if you wish. Beloved Isle Cayman always gives me goosebumps when I hear it. folks. Good morning, and welcome back to the program. I'm just in the process of downloading a ton of messages that our guest has sent to us this morning of what she has been dealing with, she says, for the past couple of years, which is an ongoing, employment abuse situation. So just give me 1 second. Let me finish downloading. It's a lot of messages, folks. And when you come on this program, you can't just come on here and say, oh, this is what's going on with me. You actually have to tell your story. You have to let us know precisely what the issue is. And this guest this morning has more than sufficient proof in terms of what has been going on. Wow. For years, this poor woman has put up with a lot. I actually feel sorry for her, and I'm going to tell you a little bit before we bring Stacey on the show, a little bit about what she was saying to me. And I want to apologize to Stacey, first of all, because she has been messaging me since November, and she was still trying to give her employer an opportunity. And you guys know that I honestly get so many messages that sometimes I glance over something and I'm like, yeah, okay, let me know when you're ready to do whatever it is that you're going to do, sort of thing. And I know Stacey was doing her utmost best to ensure that she was giving her employer every possible opportunity to do right by her. And unfortunately, that just hasn't happened. So here we are now in a situation. Ugh. So let me, honestly, there's so many messages dating back to October of 2020. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to pull some of these into the, the show this morning. It's just really, really sad. Stacey is a mother of 5 children, I understand. And as you know, when you're a mother, your primary consideration is always your children. You're always concerned first about your children and then about everything else. So when you can't pay your bills, when you can't afford to send money home to your family to help support them, you know that that's just not a good position to be in, none at all. And I suppose Stacey can share exactly what she has endured over the past 2 years and how this has impacted her and her family. So just give me 1 quick second while I make some adjustments to the images here so that when we pull them in, we can see them properly. And listen, let me preface Stacey's story by saying the following. Caymanians, we have to do better, right? I don't really want to hear any excuses as to why we are mistreating people in this country and in this community. It breaks my heart when an expat has to come to me and say, Sandy, I am being abused by a Caymanian, because I'm like, what? That's not supposed to be who we are. And, on yesterday's show, I was talking about how it's necessary for us to be more accountable in the things that we do. And we want to talk about everybody else. We want to talk about, oh, the expats are coming here, they're taking our jobs, they're not doing the right thing, this, that, and the other thing. And hey, I'm all up for those conversations. But I am not all up for those conversations when we are fallen by the wayside and when we are part of, and really primarily, the problem in this country with how we're treating people and the things that we're doing. If we're going to say, you need to follow the law in the Cayman Islands, then that applies to everyone. That applies to Caymanians first and foremost. If we can't follow the law in our own country, how do we sit back and tell other people that they must follow the laws here when they come here and we ignore them? It just doesn't even make any sense. So I really want to implore all of you, sorry. I really want to implore all of you to, do your best to really do the right thing. And when you don't do the right thing and somebody says, I'm going to call you out in CMR, what I don't want you to do is to try to scare people and tell them, oh, well, I'm Sandy's friend or I know Sandy. Because first of all, Anybody who says that is no friend of mine, because my friends, all 5 of you, would know better, right? All 5 of you would know that I'm the type of person, and trust me, at Cece, is Cece here? Cece can tell you straight up. Cece's like, Sandy, if I get in trouble, you're going to put me in CMR? I said, you know what, Cindy? Yes. The best I can do for you, though, I'm going to do you a huge favor. I'm going to make sure you look good. So when I put you on CMR, I'm going to pick the best possible photo I can find. In fact, I might even ask you to send me the photo so that you're happy with it. But yes, you're going to be called out on CMR. There's no other way. It's about accountability. And the accountability that I expect of all of us transcends to whether or not you know me, you think you know me, because some of y'all be like, oh, I know Sandy and you don't know nothing, but whatever. Whether you know me, you think you know me, whether you believe you're my friend or not, it really does not matter to me. It's very, very simple. And like I said, I know that no friend of mine would be, I'm not saying friends of mine might do wrong. Oh yeah, everybody does wrong, right? So my friends might be up to shenanigans too, but what they wouldn't do is they wouldn't tell people, okay, that oh, Sandy's not going to report on me because I'm her friend. That's what they wouldn't do. And so when Stacy said that to me, I thought that can't be right. Now, Stacy, it says that your device is not connected. So we need to see what's going on. So Stacy, try to reconnect again, and then we'll try pulling you in. If you don't want once you're connect, Stacy, if you don't want your actual picture shown, you can just click on the option that says like don't show camera or something like that. Okay. So let's try getting our guests back on. So good morning to everyone. Let's just say our usual good morning. Virtuous, we've got over 300 people online watching at the moment. Marshall, Irvlyn, Ingrid is here. Miss Ruby is here. Yeah, it keeps saying that they will need to connect their microphone and camera before you can add them to the stream. Oh, so how are you connecting? All right, give me a second. Let me see if I can give her some assistance, because it says that her basically her mic and camera are not connected. So you've got to connect those things, Stacy. So let me see if I can give you a hand with this real quick. Okay, so let's ensure that this is on. So maybe click on the 3 dots and give permission for mic. It should ask you when you connect, because my iPhone does it as well. It'll ask you for permission when you come on. So good morning. Aquina says I need to stop speaking over you. Oh, on 106. Yeah, they get excited about different things, the news, I guess. Nathina, good morning. Okay, give me 1 second. We'll take a little musical interlude here while I try to help this young lady get sorted out. All right. All right, folks. So just give us a few more minutes. We're just trying to get Stacy's connection sorted out, and then we'll be starting her interview. Just one more second, hopefully. All right, folks. Stacey's having a little bit of a problem connecting, so we're going to just give her a second here to get it all sorted out. Good morning, Jamaican janitor joining here in the Cayman Islands. Thank you so much for joining us. And you know what I find most egregious? Why don't we start looking at some of the while we're waiting on Stacey to hopefully get her permission sorted out? Why don't we go ahead and have a look at some of the messages that Stacey has sent through to us? And there are a lot of them, my dear. There's a lot. The thing that I want to say is people who are being taken advantage of, and again, do remember that you can call into the program 939 or 9. Hold on. My brain is just like, number again. 936-2626 is the number. You know, a lot of people who are being taken advantage of, the saddest part about it is they are at the bottom of the work spectrum, right? So they tend to be domestic helpers, they tend to be janitors, they tend to be, you know, clerical employees. But abuse doesn't end there. There are people who are in management. There are people who are higher up the chain who complain on a regular basis about the fact that they're being mistreated by their employer. So this specific situation is, you know, is a this specific situation is a domestic situation. This is a domestic helper, but anyone can be subject to this sort of behavior. Now, what is for me amazing is that I would think, and this is just me, y'all can tell me what you think. I would think that at the end of the day, anyone who is having, I'm just gonna send Stacey this tutorial real quick. Anyone who is having issues with their domestic helper should recognize that of all the people in the world, like honestly, of all the people that you probably don't want to mistreat, is the person who is taking care of your child. Follow the very simple logic here, right? Your child or children, if you have more than one, is your most precious commodity, or it should be. Some of y'all don't give a flip, but I couldn't even abuse somebody who was taking care of my dog because y'all know how much I love my Coco, right? Because I'm thinking if I mistreat them, they're probably going to take it out on somebody. And that somebody is likely to be the person who they're having to deal with every single day, which includes my dog, my children. So, how you guys understand or comprehend this, I don't really know. But you are leaving your children with people who you can curse at, who you can talk down to, who you don't like, who you have disdain for. Some of y'all actually have those very same people cooking your food and you treat them like garbage every single day. Explain it to me because I don't understand it. How is that possible? How can you mistreat people that work for you? And more importantly, that work in your home in a domestic capacity. It sounds to me like some of y'all looking to be poisoned, if you ask me. It just does not make any sense. Buenos dias, Emma. So I would say don't mistreat anybody, but in particular, your domestic workers that you're leaving your children with? Some of y'all are very bold. Boom Flick, buenos dias. He says, buenos dias, gente hermosa. Good morning, gentle people. Good morning, Miss Bonnie from East End. Barbara's here. All right, folks, we're hoping that Stacey can get it started. But in the meantime, let's start looking at some of the messages. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to try to find the easiest way to read these messages. Now, they're going to be a little bit disjointed in that they may not all be in date order. So the messages go back to 2020 and then summer 2021 and so on. So let's have a look at some of these messages, folks. All right, so give me 1 second here. And again, we'll read through the messages, get a feel for what's going on, and then Stacey will come on and tell us the story from the jump. In fact, I may ask Kevin if he can assist her. Maybe Kevin can walk her through. Normally it's pretty straightforward, but I think what's going on is Stacey doesn't have her, I think her security settings in her browser might actually be off. And that's probably why she's not able to join the show. All right, so let me just close this. All right, so first set of messages here. We have this one that says, hi, Miss Stacey. This is October the 14th of 2020. Just letting you know that I'll be giving you your pay for the past 2 months next Monday. So one of the issues that Stacey is going to explain to us is that she would go upwards of 2, 3, 4 months without her pay. Again, Stacey is a mature woman with 5 children that she is trying to support. So you can imagine going 2 months without your pay, and this employer admits right here in black and white that I'm going to be giving you your pay for the past 2 months on Monday. And apologies that these are so delayed. COVID has slowed down the process of banks finalizing the sale on properties, which affects what I collect when I collect my commissions, but I'm starting to return to normal in that regard. So after this payment, I'll be able to pay you as it should be scheduled. So that was October the 14th. Let me pull up another one. This one now is October the 22nd. So between October the 14th, that was, I don't know what day of the week that would have been. Anybody has a calendar handy? But surely between October the 14th and the 22nd is more than, let me just try to see here. It's more than, I mean, the Monday has come and gone, right? So the messages continue. The 22nd, hi, Miss Stacy. I have to beg your patience for a few more days as the bank once again moved the closing for what should have been the final time to next week, Tuesday, as they still didn't have anything ready for the client. So we could close today as was scheduled. I hope that this isn't causing too much inconvenience for your family. Wow. Things are just extraordinarily irregular right now with the banks and the time frame in which they're finalizing these things. I'm still at my office, should be done within an hour. She says, okay, cool, no problem. I just have to tell my daughter to give me some time. Her college school fee is to be paid. So she's saying her college school fee has to be paid. And she says, I'm going to try to sort something out over the weekend because I don't want to keep you waiting any longer. But if not, they've said this closing should happen for sure on Tuesday. All right, so that's another message. There's tons of messages here, folks, so just bear with me. That was October the 22nd. So let me just go to December the 23rd. Okay. Says, good evening, Miss Anne. I know my contract said the 1st or the 16th of each month you'd pay me. Am I getting paid every 2 months now? Which my bills being overlapping because I have to be paying every 2 months. Plus, I have my kids that I have to help out with each month. This is really unacceptable. Good night, Miss Stacy. I understand. Things have not been as they usually would have been. And I appreciate how understanding you've been this whole time. I've sorted something out that will allow me to take care of payments on time starting January the 15th. That would have been 2021 now, regardless of when my closings happen. I'll be collecting a check next Tuesday, will allow me to bring your pay up to date, but January 15th forward, I'll be able to pay you as prescribed in your contract. I think she's trying to reestablish her connection here. All right, so that was December of 2020. Let me try to find, I'm trying to do these in date order, but like I said, there's so many messages really. So we go December of 2020. Okay, so then we skip into 2021. So that was December of 2020. Let's go to July of 2021. And again, we have, hey, Miss Stacy, just letting you know that I'm waiting on my office manager to come in to see if the FedEx or my boss with their checks have arrived as yet. I know we were expecting it to arrive in Ireland yesterday. Once I get that, I have to deposit it and then transfer your pay to you. But I'll keep you posted. People are FedExing checks in from somewhere. Okay. All right. Then we go on. September the 10th of 2021. Hey, did you check with the bank to see why the money was not transferred? Hey, yes, I did. Spoke to my account manager around lunchtime. She asked me to send her the reference number for the transfer, which I sent to her for her to look into. So I'm just waiting to hear back from her. So now it's an issue with the bank not transferring the money. Then she says later on that day, or I guess the next, no, sorry, it's September 12th. I'm on my way home. Yeah, then she says something about mass. Okay, so let's go to another date. That was September the 10th. Then we have September the 21st. So good morning, Miss. Today is September the 21st. I just checked my account to see if you had transferred my pay over to my account, and I don't see any money transfer from you over to my account. Plus, you have half of July, August, now September. Damn, so that's 2.5 months of salary. So half of July, all of August, and September. September almost finished. Next week is October. As I told you before, I had my family and my business to take care of each month. My pay is urgent as I have months of bills piling up behind me now. Coming next Monday, I'm taking a week off until my pay is being taken care of. Sorry, my pay is the 1st and the 16th of each month. You pay $1,800 on said, the rest would transfer. The September 5th transfer, I think, on September 5th, because you had a closing month end. All now, nothing is being done. I need to go to the doctor. Still can't get my insurance card number all now. Wow. So apparently, not only is she having issues with her pay, but insurance and pension also appear to be a problem. Okay, here's another one. They sent me the email. This is response now to the insurance card. They sent me the email with this end of last week. I think I was fine. I think it was finally, I will forward the email to you in the information. I know that you don't have to be any more patient than you've been with all of this, but I will need until the end of the month at the latest to get all of this sorted. Without childcare coverage, I can't get to work. And if I can't get into work to get deals over the line, then I don't get paid. So while I understand your position about taking time off until you get paid, if you take next week off, I will also have to take off. I have also said you're planning to have also said you're planning to do, I think that's go home in November, the 22nd, I believe is what you said. I need to know exactly what your plan is for the time, because I will need to find someone to work for that period, as I don't take time off for the holidays besides the public holidays, and the child will be out of school. So on top of that, she's not taking any vacation. Okay. Okay. So then this Stacey says, nobody that leave their country to come to Cayman Islands to work is work month behind month without insurance, pension, and other benefits. Sorry. Okay. She goes on to say, when I'm going to Jamaica has nothing to do with what I ask you. She is your daughter. And then she says, of course, I completely understand. I would have never anticipated things being this way when I hired you. And of course, not expecting to be in the midst of all of this duration of time. In any case, as much as I hate that this is the way it is, I will need until the end of the month at latest to sort it all out. You, of course, can choose not to work until the end of the month. I just need to know. All right, so we're still trying to see if we can get a hold of Stacey. So let me go to the next message. So this one says, I meant to ask you, oh yeah, she says, this is now October. So we've gone from September to October. Hey, Miss Anne, I just checked my account. Still haven't seen my pay as yet. I meant to ask you that last night, actually, when I came in, and forgot to find out if it had come to your account. Well, okay. Okay, I'll pass by the bank after I drop the child home from school. Check again around 12 and let me know when I come home if it has come through or not, please. And then she says, coming October 10th, that is next week, Monday. I won't be working Saturdays. It's my last day working. I'm not working in next week or days or months without my pay. So look someone to work until you can pay me. Sorry. So she says, are you saying that you're not working period after Saturday? Or you won't be working if you don't get paid? I'm not clear in what you're saying. Well, I think her message was actually pretty clear. Then we go on. Miss Ann, please transfer my pay over to my account, please. Try and remember my overtime. I will have to go deposit it. When did banking become so difficult? Banking has always been, in this day and age, a lot easier, in my opinion, than not. But of course, you guys tell me how this works. You got to be transferring and doing all this kind of stuff in order to get paid. Okay, so she said she lost her internet. Okay, so we're gonna have to probably just end up calling her straight, I think. All right, so she's lost her internet. She probably can't pay the internet bill. Okay. Hi, Stacy.
Yeah, my internet, I don't know what's wrong with it.
Okay, do me a favor. I'm gonna give you the other number to call that will pull you directly into the show. It's 936 2626. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Okay, dear. All right, so this is why we have the phone line now, folks, because sometimes it's challenging for people to get on through the connections. We got more than one option. The messages continue. So she's still asking her to transfer her money, and she's claiming that I will have to go and deposit it. I have to make it to CIBC today. If for some reason I can't make it to CIBC, when I go to CNB, I will bring the cash home and then deposit what you need me to on Monday. What overtime are you referring to? Miss Ann, I don't want any cash, please, to put my fully pay in the bank with overtime, my 4-week from 12 to 7, 28 hours, the 4 weekends that I'm referring to. Okay. Then we go on to say, if you or I at any point, so somebody says, oh, there's nothing to be discussed. If you and I at any point feel the need to have discussions about anything, to do what that household, then discussions should take place. And I feel the need for us to have a discussion. And clearly, it won't be on your day off. So I think this is Stacy replying, your events excuses is overrated. That is what you use. Then show 7 to 7:30 every Sunday morning. I'm not sure what this is about. Day off or no day off, I said what I've had to say. I don't need to have discussion. Simple. Whenever you're leaving the house and you know you're not coming back until the next day. Oh, snaps. What the frig? Okay, so this is a totally different conversation now. Let me just see here. When the next day, find someone to look after the child. I'm not getting paid overtime and I don't want back any time. My day off starts on Saturday night at 12 a.m. until Sunday night at 12 a.m. If you're going to pay me for those overtime, no problem. If not, get someone to fill in those hours for you. This is clearly what I'm saying, so no need for discussion. I'm not sure if the child is a burden to you. Oh my God. But she's not to me. This is the helper saying this? So if you want me to take care of her 24/7, just pay for the service and we will have no problem. You can go to your events every night. Jeez on peace. Say what now? Wow. Wow. All right. There's more. Okay. So clearly money's still not coming. These are my bills for today. There's a receipt there from something. Stacy has to pay $65,000 for some dental, for a filling. I take the time to do all this before the 28th of December. If I could have finished it up already, if I did have the money. So if I don't get it done, I can come on the 28th. And then she says, just letting you know that the attorney confirmed this morning that we will be closing for certain tomorrow. This is December now of 2021. So just continues. If we close early enough in the morning, I'll get my check. Okay, we've got Stacy calling. Hold on now. Morning, Stacy.
Hi, good morning.
Okay.
Sandra, how are you?
I'm good. I can hear you. I just want to make sure everyone else can hear you loud and clear. So just give me 1 second. I was just reading through your messages. I have a few more. So let me just complete these so that we can understand. Can everybody let me know if you can hear Stacy perfectly fine? So just speak up a little bit, Stacy. I feel like you're probably a little bit low.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So let me just continue reading the messages, and then we want you to walk us through exactly what this is all about. So this one says, this is December now, 2021, just letting you know that the attorney confirmed this morning that we'll be closing for certain today. If we close early enough in the morning, I'll get my check in the afternoon. Tomorrow, usually, in which case I may be able to make it to deposit your money before the end of day tomorrow. Otherwise, if it's an afternoon closing, I'll get my check the next day. So
That was when I was in vacation in Jamaica and I couldn't get my money. So
you were in
excuse. Yes, I went down in December 2021. So that was an excuse again. Yes.
Okay. So then so it didn't happen December 8th. So now we're going into the next day, and it says, I literally broke. I have 3 more appointments to finish. So please send off it as soon as you can. Get your check. Thank you. And she says, I will. Attorney. One second,
I have an
Stacey.
appointment at that time.
Yeah, just 1 second for me. Let me just finish reading these, and then we're going to get the whole story from you. So this one says, I will. Attorney has confirmed closing for sure. Just don't know what time yet. And then it goes into the 10th. And then we see December, Christmas Eve. Lord have mercy. December the 20, I guess maybe the 23rd and 24th. Says, Miss Stacy, please, can you call me back? Please answer my call. All I ask is that you allow me to get your money to you. If you choose not to return to your job, that's your decision, of course. I cannot afford to lose my job. You don't have to care about that, of course, but hopefully you do and will allow me to resolve this with you. And then on the 24th, the employer says, good morning, Miss Stacy. Can you please let me know what you have done? What you have done is gone to Sandra with this. Oh, I pop into your conversation? Oh, well, you have to tell me because, all right, hold on. If that is the case, I would like to be able to advise my boss so that in the very least, it won't catch him off guard, won't change the fact that I would lose my job, but I know it will affect him and his business as well. So would prefer to be able to at least prevent it from being a surprise to him if this is the case.
Cut off me. It's gonna get cut off.
Let me call you.
You have to call me back.
Yeah, let me call you back. No problem. Poor Stacy can't even afford credit. Let's be honest here. We could understand the situation. All right, so I will call Stacy. What a mess. Hopefully, Flo not gonna be cutting me off. I think I got credit. I'm just kidding.
Yes, morning.
Okay, all right. No, I understand why you can't afford credit all the same. And then we have February of 2022 now, folks. Says, I'm supposed to attend a function starting at 6 p.m. I actually need to check to see if it's still happening. So this is you, I think, speaking to her because she's telling you on February 3rd that she had an event to go to. And then you're saying that was your birthday. So you're having to work on your birthday. However, next weekend, if you'd like to plan something for Friday night, that's fine, as I currently free on Friday. And then that's, again, for the weekends, and I'd have functions. All right. So then the final message we have here is January of 2022. So this one would have come before the February one, obviously. And it says, "Hi, Miss Anne. Today is the 21st. For my get back, it was only $693 that was sent to my account. Plus, don't have any insurance. If this is the case, I think I will go back to Jamaica. I go through this almost 2 years with my pay plus my insurance. I don't think I'll be going through 2022 with this again. My pay is due on the 1st and 16th of the month, and you've said that multiple times." All right, Stacey, thank you for this. Let us back all the way back up. Put the car in reverse and let us talk about this. So you contacted me, and I was trying to remember, and I do want to apologize to you for this, because I know you contacted me going back to, I think, November. And, I get so many messages every single day, and people need help. And, sometimes it's like, okay, what's urgent today? What isn't? And so way back in November, you messaged me and you said that you had a situation with your employer. And if you even go back to your messages, you'll see that the vast majority of your voice notes I have not even listened to. So I do want to apologize for that. It's just that I'm really, really busy, right? So actually you messaged me from August.
I met you at the airport. This thing, what I want to say to you, because it has so much stuff built inside me for years. Yes. And I remember when I came to do my vaccine and see at the airport, and I was talking to you, you said, "No, I can't get my shot today because I was on antibiotics." From that day, I want to say to you, but I didn't know how to say to you.
Oh,
this thing been going on from I get here from the 19th of March 2020. It's just a pattern. I work, I go 2 or 3 months without my pay. If I don't ask about my pay, I don't hear anything about my pay. I'm here, I have insurance just for 2 months out of the 2 years. I went to the doctor, and how I know my insurance was canceled when I went to the pharmacy. They called me and told me it was canceled. When I called Cayman first, it was terminated for non-payment. So I'm out of insurance. Each time I go to the doctor, I have to pay from my pocket. And that's the reason, one of the reasons when I went to Jamaica, just to go to the doctor, it cost me $272,000 down there to see the doctor, because I couldn't go to the doctor here and go to the dentist because I didn't have insurance.
All right, so you started working with this employer.
I started working the 19th of March 2020, so the 19th of this month would be 2 years exactly.
And when did you see me by the airport? When was that? Do you remember?
I think it was June when I came and do my vaccine.
Of 2021.
21, yeah.
Okay. So you said you wanted to say something at the time, but you didn't even know how to approach the situation.
I didn't know how to.
So by August, I think then by August, you sent me a message saying, "Good morning, Miss Sandy. I have something I need to share with you. Please don't mention my name. Anything soon, I will give you the details." And then you waited until the 20th and you wrote back and you said, "Good morning, Miss Sandy. I'm here on a work permit from March of 2020 and present. I'm working as a domestic helper, living in job for a Caymanian lady. I don't have health insurance or pension, and opened the insurance for the first month last, and she paid the first month and nothing after that. The insurance company closed and canceled it. I don't get paid for overtime or vacations and holidays. I don't have a cutoff time when I stop work unless I'm going to be in bed. I work from Monday to Saturday, off on Sundays. It's been going on 3 months now, and I don't get my last pay was from May. Today is August the 20th. So you went from May to August in 2021 with no pay.
Sure.
Wow. You go on to say, "I need your help on what to do with a situation like this. I have my kids, 2 in college, and their school to be paid for September, plus the whole summer. Birthday, I could not send them any money. I ask about my pay over and over, and every day is a different excuse after excuse. Monday, only $50 was transferred into my account, from which she owed me over $3,600. Wow. Owed to me for the month. My contract said the 1st or the 16th of each month. I need a next job, but I need this woman to pay all that she owes me, and I'm here working for free, basically. And if I don't ask her about my pay each month, nothing is said. She goes each day as if nothing happened. And I take good care of her child and her house, and I'm hardworking. I get to understand that she being like this with other workers, and I get a message from the other lady that was with her as well, and she leave when I get here in March. All now she owe her a month, and I want to set an example for her to stop using people and go around her business as if nothing, as if everything is okay. It's not fair. I leave my country to come and work, and I'm not getting my pay. I have to wait months to get my pay. Please tell me what to do, how I go about my law in this way. Thank you. The law is the right way. Thank you. And then you ask, should I go to the Ministry of Labor to file a complaint about how to get my money? I know you speak the truth and what is right in this country. Thank you, Miss Sandy. And you go on to say, don't say anything on your platform as yet until I give you her name and receipt. Today is August the 20th. So you go on and you say, you're the first person I'm telling this to. I'm so ashamed to mention it to anyone. Just really depressed. I'm stressful time right now. For me here working for free, people don't work for good name in these times. My 4 kids depending on me and my family. And you show proof. You said this is what was sent to my account. She still owes me $3,550. For me, I work $1,200 a month. And you keep messaging me. You message again in September. And I finally reply on September 30th. I'm so sorry. Things just get really crazy. And then you go on, and then you message again in November, and you say, good morning, Miss Sandy, please. I need your help. Do you know that Caymanian employers are hiring people to work for them, and the employees don't have insurance or pension? I'm here to work for months without getting paid. And you continue. So you start working. Just give us a little recap. You start working for this lady in March of 2020.
March of 2020.
When did you start having issues with your pay?
Oh, March, April, May, June. I didn't get my pay until July when I came that same year.
So right
when
away,
I came the first
she
time,
starts
right
not
away.
paying you?
Right away.
Oh, wow. And what
Yeah.
were you
And
thinking the
going
first
on is a
time?
pattern. I was
Yeah.
thinking it was the pandemic, and you start a new job, and I came when the country locked. I came the Thursday, the airport closed Sunday. So I figured more or less it's the pandemic. Everybody going through things closed down, nothing not moving, and everything. So I just okay. And then I see again, I get paid. Go on, it's 2-3 months. It's just a pattern. So I was like, no man, this is not what I signed up for. You don't say anything. You don't come to me and explain anything. You don't. I have to be like, when am I getting my pay? And it was just excuses, lie after. Till I just, I take it for the year, and I go in 2020, and I see the same life, the same thing. So when I went to Jamaica, my son was like, if you're going to go back to Cayman Island, please don't go back there. I said, why? He said, no, she's unprofessional. It's my last year in college, and you've been going through this. You're so stressed. Your happiest time is because you're here now. And he's 21. And when he said that burned me.
Oh, my
and
God.
my kids could look at me, and he said, oh, no, that's unprofessional. It's just like, why you always been going through this? It's the first I ever hear you work, and I would just have to just break down that day and tell him. Thank God, he's in college. They have their little business. He go away on his J1 program. So he don't like, they don't call me for stuff and whatever, but they're my kids. I always want to know they're okay. What break me the most in 2020, July 2020, I have to send my daughter was going to turn 7 in August. I have to send her to Canada to live with her dad because I leave her in Jamaica with my niece, and I couldn't send money through all those times that I was here, come and start work. They'll be like, why you in Cayman with their work, come to home. You can't send. So it was like a pattern of it always being, can you send that for my daughter? I get fed up one day, and I call him and I say, could you come and buy a ticket and come to Jamaica and bring my daughter up? So I have to send her to Canada to live. I didn't want her to live there. I want her to visit and back. it was too much. I didn't reach my breaking point. I said permit or no permit. That I just come to my breaking point. I've been through too much, and I look like I was dying in silence. I don't have nobody I can go to, or it was just too much. I take too much. Thank God for prayer. I take too much. It was like it's just abuse. It's abuse. I can't work in for months. When I go to Jamaica, I have so much to pay back, so much on my loan. I have business I have to cancel, like things I have to put off. It was just like I couldn't go in 2022 with it. I know there's good Cayman. Couple good people. I know this country is full of good people. I didn't come here to like work and just don't see my money. Because when I get paid, I have all these bills to pay back. It don't make any sense.
And I want to say, Stacey, that obviously I say this to people all the time. I don't think that people necessarily understand that when people decide to reach out to me, normally it's a last resort. So normally it is after they've exhausted everything. Sometimes it's even after they've called their politicians, they've called the government, they've tried labor and pensions, they have tried everything. Yeah. And you were messaging me for quite some time. And you were saying that, at the end of the day, you didn't even want to expose this situation. You were just waiting.
Never,
you were hoping that your employer would have done the right thing. Yeah.
And then when I remember Saturday the 5th, I was getting ready just to go price, right? Because it's Saturday, I'm off on Sunday. I just want to go get something after 6. And I was getting ready to leave, and she come home. I said, take her with her. Just spend a half a day with you. Not going to kill. So that's when it escalates. And I was like, I just speak my mind, because normally I don't talk. But it was just on top of my head on the 5th of March. Just say what on my mind. I'm not working 24 hours. I just need a break. Just take her. So the Sunday I was home. The letter was sent to my WhatsApp, and I opened it, and I sure I did send it to you, forward it to you too. You've been terminated. So I popped my stuff the same day and everything. I said, okay, I sent a message. I said,
so on top of, let me just understand what you're saying, right? So on top of no pension, no insurance, no salary, your employer decides that she's going to terminate you.
Exactly, the 6th of March.
The 6th of March.
And I packed my stuff ready to leave, because they're still packed now. And I said, okay, I will leave once I get my pay in my hand. You have $2,340 from me stated in the letter. I would like to have it so I could go. You throwing me out on the street.
You were a living helper, right?
I'm still at the house because I still haven't received my money as yet.
Oh, you're still living in the same house with this woman?
I'm still here because I still haven't received my money. My message I gave her, I will leave, because I already packed from the same day that she gave me that letter.
Oh my God.
I will leave once I receive my money. Sandra, if are you gonna throw me out and just terminate me, give me my money so if I can go somewhere.
Of course, because where are you gonna go?
What are you gonna throw me out to go? So I'm not leaving until she give me my money. I just reached my breaking point. I know there's a lot of people in Cayman and I don't want people to work. I am a hard worker. I came here in 2005 and I work with good people, and I never have a problem when I leave this country and get back my pension. I used to get my pay on time. I never have a problem with it. But I don't know.
Oh my God.
And the thing about it, you terminate me the Sunday, the Monday morning, you have somebody who are working. That when I look at it, that was like the point.
Somebody else?
And that when I look at it, I said that's so disrespectful, that's so unprofessional. I was wondering what the girl was thinking in her head. I said, I tell her I won't mention her name on your show or anything. Yeah, somebody was here Monday morning. That was totally disrespect. You couldn't pay me, then you have somebody start Monday morning. That was my breaking point. When I go to the extreme, I just go to every outlet and let them know this is what I'm going through. I have all receipts, all bills, all invoice. Okay, bring that in, bring in the letter that she terminated, bring whatever they copy, whatever they have to copy. I was like, I just, you know what? That was enough.
So someone just said if the employer couldn't pay her current helper, how is she going to pay a replacement helper? This employer's treatment is absolutely criminal. Aliano,
when I look at it the Monday morning and I see the lady, I said, oh my God, it was like, oh, you're disrespecting me, you treat me like shit, you can't pay me. And then you just bring somebody to start the Monday. That was like when I reached, I said, you know what, enough is enough now. This is where the road I need to take. This is where I need to go. These are the people I need to go talk
So
to.
Stacy, just a second here. Just a second. I'm just realizing what you said, right? So you said you're still living with her, and all of a sudden you don't have any internet. Tammy says, Tammy, you should be a detective. Tammy said, no wonder she cut off the internet. Do you think she just cut off the internet?
I will message you about that, and I'm not going to say anything, but I was talking to you perfectly fine. That's okay.
My God.
That's fine. That's fine.
Wow.
Anyway, I was going to call you straight anyway. It doesn't matter. I just want my voice to be out. I don't want it. I'm a victim, and I don't want any more Jamaican nor any other nationality to come here and suffer and go through the abuse that I've gone through. I don't want nobody to ever go through what I go through. What I go through, I could never utter it to my family. I couldn't even utter it to my close friends because they'd be like, are you a fool? Are you an idiot? Are you sit there and don't say anything? I can't utter it. I could never tell my family. I could never share it with them.
Oh my God. So you're the one who's feeling ashamed. People are saying this employer is too wicked. This person says that's not nice. Cruelty at its highest peak. Wow. Jada says, I'm a Caymanian, but some of my people is full of shit. Trudy says this is common assault, and I hope the other girl, Andrea says, I hope the other girl know she's not going to get paid either. Oh my God. Dacia said the password was probably changed. So we have someone here who wants to know, where is this person from? What nationality is her employer?
She's a Jamaican, the person that's at work.
No. The employer, who you're working for.
Cayman.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
It's too much. It was just like, I sit in days and I would go in my room and lock myself and cry. I would go in the shower and cry. I was like, why? What am I working for? What am I here for? You know, like I'm asking myself, like literally talking to myself. Sometimes I wonder if I'm getting crazy. Like, what the sense?
So even Kevin has concluded he was trying to help you get online, and he says the internet is not working for her because the lady cut it off so she can't talk.
I don't know. I was just using it as I was talking to you, and that's it.
Stacy, you have my blood boiling this morning. Who is your employer?
Ruthana Young.
Who is your employer?
Ruthana Young.
Ruthana Young?
Yes.
Which Ruthana Young are you referring to?
Ruthana Marie Young.
Ruthana Marie Young. Has one child, one daughter?
Yes.
Lord have mercy.
It's thing about it. I work holidays. I don't even get paid for holiday. I get paid for overtime. This is like, to me, they say this, and not everything that glitter is gold. And if I didn't know I was coming into a situation like this, I would never, never.
My God. All right. Now, Stacy, all this time you were talking to me about this woman. You never named who she was. Like I told you, I don't know if you said it in any of your voice notes because I really haven't listened to the voice notes. You didn't say who it was.
I did not.
Wow.
I did not. I was just messaging you just to see if you would reply to me or give me an advice on what to do.
This is the same
person. And I see you on so many times and I want to say something, but every time I see you, I get so nervous because I don't know how to approach your situation. Because when I was threatening, I put it in a couple of my messages.
Tell us about that part, because I see where she
when
says...
I was threatening, because, okay, how I get my money when I was in Jamaica, in one of my messages in 2021, I have to mention Labor Board and I have to mention CMR. So whenever I mention CMR, especially you, it was like, oh, if you go to these, whatever, remember now you don't have a place of work, man. Okay, that's fine.
So she was basically saying that she would fire you if you had come to CMR.
You threatening, yeah, because and to me that was like, okay, CMR is the only person who can hear these dirty laundry and people listen. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna reach out to you. I look you up and I reach out to you. because I was threatened. I know I was going to be fired. And in the letter that she fabricated and write, there's nothing that say about my insurance, nothing that say about my pay. All was said in it all different since I came back from Jamaica. I talked to you before I came back from Jamaica. I said, okay, make sure when I come back I have my insurance up and ready. Make sure I get my pay on time because I've been through 2 years. The new year, I don't want to go in 2022 with the same thing. So that was my whole thing. I came back and there's nothing changed. I wasn't even care anymore. I give you 2 years of my hard time when I could go and give it to somebody else. I could go and benefit somewhere else. Somebody else would have more appreciate my time. You understand? There's no respect, nothing. Like you can't treat people like dogs and cats. No respect. That's not how you treat people. It's abuse. And the government of Cayman Islands, I'm calling you out this morning. Governor, Premier, Minister of Health, Minister of Tourism, you guys need to look into the abuse that we as domestic helper nanny, whatever we come here to do, there's a lot. I know a lot of people dying and don't know how to come out and say anything. But I give myself 2 years, and I wasn't going to give myself an extra 3 years without open my mouth and say something. Even if I have to write a note and drop it at somebody's foot or send a message to somebody that somebody can hear me. I had enough. To me, it's been abused. It was like I was working in slavery. Wow. It was like a slavery camp. It's like slavery. You can tell me you have somebody go 1 month, you don't come and say anything about the pay. 2 months, 3 months. You can't do that. We all have feelings. We have a human being. You double I school fee is not cheap. You school fee is not cheap. My kids go to college. Okay? And I will put out my best for them. I don't care. Yes. I will go the length for them because education is the key. They go to school. If they don't, in those pandemics when there was lockdown, if they don't pay their school fee, they don't get their timetable.
So
I couldn't have my son, especially in last year, to be dropped out.
Lord have mercy. So Stacey, when you mention CMR, you get something. You get some pay.
When I mention you, it's just like, okay, you see in one of the messages, please let me know. That was on in Jamaica. Please let me know if you go to Sandra with this, whatever. I didn't reply to it because I mentioned I was going to call you, and I was going to call you when I was in Jamaica, and I was dead serious. And I was going to reach out to Labor Board when I was in Jamaica because that's how I get my money. I said the message today and my money pop up in my account the next morning when I mention you and Labor Board. Okay? So I was threatened. I know I wasn't going to have a job, but that's
fine. And this is the same person who told you that she's my friend, so it didn't make any sense coming and complaining to me?
She said you wouldn't come on your platform and say whatever without calling her because she know you and her as friend and whatever. But to me, I should have recorded. You know, those things I should have recorded. But is a lucky thing from 2020
so Charles
until
says, hope she's not one of the 5 friends you said you have. Lord have mercy. This is when I remember responding to you when you did say that because I said to you, and let me just find that part of the message.
You said, poor child, you only have 5 friends. I remember.
Yes, I said the same thing to you. Okay. And not only that, but I said, hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can find the message. Because I said something to you like, whoever this person is, and still I did not know who the person was. I said, whoever this person is, this is what I said. This is March the 6th. She said, how she and Miss Sandra is friends. And I said, I don't care. And I responded then, that was sent on the 3rd. And I responded 3 days later on the 6th. And I said, morning. I said, oh, yes, I don't cloak up no one into wrongness, especially so-called friends. But I'm sure that's not even true. I have like 5 friends. Literally, yes, I have like 5 friends. And yes, like I said earlier, no friend of mine, Kevin, I got to call them out this morning. Kevin wouldn't do it. I don't know what Kevin out there doing in the streets because I don't swear for nobody. But he would never tell anybody if he was doing wrong that, oh, you can't run to see a Marcus Sandy. Mary, where Mary is. Mary's on the live stream this morning. Mary wouldn't do it. Miss Irma, she wouldn't do it. Do I only have 3 friends? Oh, Jesus. Who else is there? I can only think of 3 of the 5 right now. Oh, yes. Melanie. Melanie wouldn't do it. Who else is there? Maybe I don't even have 5 friends. But I'm telling you, I don't really consider very many people friends. And my friends know my position, folks. They know they can't come around me with no slackness. And if you do your slackness, you keep it to your damn self because I don't want to know anything about it. And if it reaches CMR, well, this situation reached us last year and it's taken a while to get here. This is just unbelievable. Stop using CMR's name to carry on your badness. Please.
No, because when CMR name is mentioned, they know how you will just talk the truth and don't care. So a lot of them, they use that to scare people. But I wasn't scared because I said to you in a message, if you weren't going to listen to me, I will reach out to bloggers. I will reach out to the Star, reach out to the Observer. I will make sure stay from here and send it to them. Yeah, that's I mentioned it in one of the message. I was like, enough. We people came here, come here and sit down and let people walk over you. I'm 43 years old. I'm not a child. I may look small in my figure, but I'm not a child. If you're not her yes person, she's not into you. So when I start to be like stand up on my foot, now I know she wasn't gonna like me. I take good care of your child. Everywhere I go with that child, people think it's my child I have him for a Cayman because I always have that child. I take her to church with me. I take good care of your house. So when I'm supposed to get my pay, just pay me. You can't pay me, come up with a payment plan. Okay, I can't pay you the first and the 16th. Okay, can I pay you this 2 weeks? At the end of the month, all right, next month, can I give you a 300 or 600? Pay something. Yeah, it's going for 2 years, you don't pay nothing. Right. And if I don't mention pay, nothing. And what's going me the most, every time I go to the doctor, I have to pay.
Let me see now. So you had no insurance, you had no pension, and you weren't really getting your pay. Now I noticed that she said, which is true, that she does work in real estate. And if she's not selling anything or she's not getting a check, she's not getting paid. But then you also make mention that she was going out every night. Explain that to me. What was that all about?
Because if she do go out, she'll leave the house. We don't see her till the next day. She don't call. She don't say anything. That's just disrespect. You just don't do things like that.
But you were a live-in helper. So was the arrangement then that you were working around the clock, or what was that?
Exactly. It was working around the clock. And my day off starts on Sunday. So you don't turn up till Sunday morning. My day off starts from 12 o'clock Saturday night. So that's overtime. You're not going to get paid for that. Wow. If you're in a job and you're not paying you, what will you do? Get a next job. That's what I know. If you're in a job and it's not paying you and you have bills or you have responsibility, you find a job, they're higher how much Cayman then. Find a decent job then that will take care of your bills and responsibility. And this is not no.
Why do you call her Miss Ann? This is
because I don't say her whole name. I just say short and you can say that.
Oh, yeah. Ruth Anna.
So in most of the messages you see that. I just say
sorry, I'm a little bit slow on that part. I was like, who the hell is Miss Ann? That's what had me confused. Okay, all right. Stand by 1 second, Stacy. We have Jared and some other comments. Oh my God. People are shocked. Department of Labor helps no one, says Jerry Ann. Marshall says, say what, Ruth Anna Young? Shame on you for treating Stacy that way. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm hearing this, but not surprised after the way she treated her staff at the beauty salon. Oh, Jesus. Christina says, I'm so proud of this lady for standing up and speaking. If you can't afford to pay a helper, then you shouldn't have them working in your home. Worse, taking care of your children and cooking your pot. You got to be crazy. This lady has 5 children depending on her. Is it 4 or 5 children? I know you mentioned 4 children. 4 children. Sorry. Okay. Tammy says, may have coconut water. Who want it good for the heart? Tammy. I don't know what that's about. Kate says Caymanians are being treated the same way by Caymanians and expat employers. They just don't talk up. So this is such a shame that people are afraid to speak up.
People, there's a lot of victims. There's a lot here now, but they just don't talk. There's so many people dying in silence. I have a lady who worked here as a domestic helper. When she reached home last week, 2 of her toe they have to amputate. People stress here now. I came here with my hair black, half my hair is white.
Oh, geez, I'm peace.
It's so many stress.
Oh my God.
It's like people go through so many depression, people dying silent.
God.
It's just like so much build up.
Lizette says, good morning. I'm your new friend. She wants to take slot number 5. Woo, Lord Jehovah. Sue says, glad that she spoke up. And there are so many people who are going through this or worse because they're on work permit. They're afraid to speak up.
Yeah, they have this permit over your head. So you must, they must say, oh, remember you're here on a work permit. I want to don't hold a gun to my head. I don't have a problem. Work permit and no work permit. I don't come here illegal. Okay? So To me, it takes me 2 years to talk, and I know people may be going maybe years and years and weeks and months and afraid. Don't be afraid. Even that I know. Even send a message to somebody. Reach out. Because to me, I was dying inside. And if I did go in 2022, I don't think I would be alive. Because if I didn't talk today or talk on next day, send you a message, I wouldn't feel this way how I feel right now. I feel so light, like a burden had lifted off my head.
Wow. I don't even
So
know.
if I'm kicked off the Cayman Islands, it's because I come on your show and speak out. Okay, so I'm just making it public out there. So if you know that I was kicked off the island and anything that was done, it's because I came out and speak out. Because I'm not afraid. I've been through too much, and some people need to be called out when they need to be called out. I don't care. I have respect you all these times. You need to respect me. I take care of your house and your child. Treat me good. That's it. There will be no problem.
Oh, I'm shocked. I see Nikki says that we need some overproof with the coconut water. Must be, because I feel like I need to take a little blood pressure tablet here this morning. Jared?
Yes, Sunday. How are you doing today?
Lord have mercy. I mean, I was going to do a garden show this morning from the garden and be stress-free, but that never worked out.
Yeah. Miss Stacy, thank you for coming on and speaking about your
I
truth.
just don't want any more victims to
Can you
ever
hear? Can
reach
you hear?
that time and be suffer.
Stacey, can you hear? Can you hear Jared?
No, I'm not hearing you.
Yeah, I'm not sure she can hear you because she's.
No, that's fine. Miss Sunday.
Yes.
This incident is not the first.
It's very low.
Let me put
You
you
can
on speakerphone.
you can hear me now.
Yeah, I think it's because of how her call is coming. Okay, try it now, Jared.
Yeah, this situation that Miss Stacy, not to downplay it, is not the first incident that I'm aware of. I recall working with some domestic associates, and they would always complain to me to say, "Oh, because sometimes what happens, domestic associates will work their 5 day, and then they'll take their weekend day off and work somewhere else, and." Usually what would happen, they'd come to me and say, "Oh, and I getting treated right, I getting paid $450, which is usually below the minimum wage." And I said, report it to the labor and pension board. Them would have said, "Jared, them not gonna do nothing, them not gonna do nothing." And I said, "What do you mean by that?" They said, "Jared, if we go and report, we're going to get in trouble." And the thing is this, and this seems to be a case where Cayman has exhibited a toxic work environment for both expatriates and local Caymanians. But that's not the issue right now. The issue is we have an employer, a Caymanian employer, who has previously owned multiple businesses, and subsequently those businesses have had to close down. And it's not defamation of character, it's a fact. We all know this. So
sad.
So the thing is, Miss Stacy, I'm really sorry you had to go through all this mental trauma and stress to get what was duly yours. And to be honest, I would suggest you go to the director of Labor and Pensions Board and file a complaint against that employer. I know it can be costly taking it to the court, but
Stacey, you have gone to Labor and Pensions?
What did they say? Hello?
What did they say? What was their response?
Okay.
So she finally get her, because she was trying to get her and the number was restricted. She finally get to spoke to her. She said,
I'm not understanding. So did Miss Stacy ask the Caymanian employer, or how did she
I
get
went to
that?
all those
Jared,
people.
1 second.
I bring in all
the 22nd of this month.
Yes, which is I think is next week Tuesday.
All right.
But
So
I said to the lady, that's just an excuse and an excuse. I said, okay, when I get it, I will surely inform you guys to let you know. Because she writing the letter, she didn't state when she going to pay me, terminate me from it.
Because normally the law says that when you terminate someone, you're supposed to have
their
yes, you have their money ready.
You have to give cause.
So I still haven't received it. And until from the 6th of March, I get that letter.
And you know what's quite sad, Miss Sandy?
And my only message was like, okay, don't worry, you will get your money as I referred to in the letter. That's it. That was the message I get from
what is the
from
longest what is the longest period of time you've gone without being paid? How many months?
3 months.
Wow.
Yeah. So you look into that. 3 months.
Lord have mercy.
When I do get my pay and to do what I have to do, it's come like I didn't get paid because I have everything back up. That's something to put to it, man. Like, we suffer too much. And we suffer and we don't talk. That's why a lot of people just get sick. Mental health is real. Mental health is real. If I wasn't strong, I don't know how I would survive.
Oh my God.
If I wasn't strong. I didn't came here to sit down or beg anybody anything or walk around like I have nothing to do. I came here to work because that's what I leave Jamaica for. You understand? But they say sometimes, some doors have to close in your life for bigger and better doors to open. And I know that as a fact. Yeah. My test is my testimony. What I've been through, all good. I have no hard feeling. I will just take my money and walk away. Have a good day. I'm good. I want to know my mind. I just want to know I'm free. A burden has lifted off my head. Like I don't have to walk around with this on my head. I've been through it, put it behind me, and move on.
So someone is asking, Bruce says, where's the father of the child? As a man, I've always taken care of my child and I expect the same from any. So your contract was obviously with the mother, but have you ever seen the father and spoken to him about your pay or anything?
She was the one who hired me, so she's the one who has to do it. I won't get into that, Miss Sandra.
No, sir.
Yeah.
And so Sharon says that this type of treatment can lead to trauma.
Yes,
how can
mental
one be
trauma.
so callous? And I mean, Miss Sharon is saying here, Stacy, sorry, Miss Stacy is saying that she was having to get on her knees and pray because she has bills, she has children. Sorry. Gosh, my apologies. She has children. She has obligations, and she was so stressed out that all she could do was pray.
Yeah.
And her own children, her own son is telling her, Mommy, come out of this situation. Do not go back to the Cayman Islands to be abused. Is this the first time you've lived in the Cayman Islands?
No, she's been
I came here in 2005 before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
and you
I
never
worked
had
there.
this type of treatment.
But when I was coming back, he said, if you do go back, don't go back there. This is just abuse, this is unprofessional. And when my 21-year-old say that to me, because he's going to be 22 this month, it worried me. When I was leaving, he said, how did you spend your time? Was this your best time for the past 2 years? And I was like, yeah. To see you guys, to hang out with you guys, bring you out, take you out for spend Christmas with you. That was the best time of my life. When I come back, I just gone back straight in depression.
And
and when he look at me and say that, I have to respect him. When your child look at me and say something, don't matter what. If you have to run, run. Yeah.
Wow.
When I came back January, it just like it just start all over again. It's just like I'm back in the same cycle.
Wow.
I'm a human being. I have feelings. I maybe not express it or talk because I just sometimes I just know what to say because it is too much built up for years and months and weeks. Imagine if I was paying rent to a landlord.
Oh my God. Well, you would have been kicked out a long
There
time
was
ago.
nothing I could tell that person.
Yeah.
And there was nothing. I would know I would be throwing out. You may be driving past me and I need the bus stop or see me on the street. Stand up. We need to be treated better. Trust me, when we come here, we need to be treated better than this.
Wow.
We don't live like dogs and cats in our country. Most people come here because they want a better life. They want something out of life. They want to experience. You understand?
Let's read some of the comments. Irvelyn says, true. People think because they're associated with someone that you're friends. I hate that. Now, in fairness to Ruth Anna, she has replied on WhatsApp saying that she never told you. She said, I never told Stacey that we were friends, so you wouldn't put my name on CMR. Quite the opposite, actually. So she's saying that she never said that we were friends. And so I don't know. Stacey says, I don't know why people think I'm special. I will get called out quicker than hot cake. Yes, CC will. I mean, it is what it is. Damien says there really needs to be some discrimination laws here. Seems like many of us are getting abused as inferior. Celine says, good morning, Sandy. Have a safe and blessed day. Thank you, Celine. Damien says it's tough all around what to do. Have kids with no helper, pay the highest cost of living, put food on the table, get a better paying job, but at least try pay this people. They have bills, family also to take care of. Jonathan says banking becomes very difficult when there's no money in the account. Oh, right. Because I was saying, what's the issue with the banking? All right. Marshall says it sounded clear to me. She's just an idiot and playing like she doesn't understand. I think that was in relation to something you were saying in your back and forth exchange. Sounds like her employer stringing her around, and I would have looked for a new job a long time ago, says Catherine. The ugly truth says having a helper for over 12 years, it is upsetting to hear how this lady is being treated. Absolutely shameful. Charles says that person is a criminal. That's just stealing. CC says Jesus taketh the wheel and carrieth the chariot. CC is funny.
It's not like I'm looking at next job. It's like each time you pay me, oh, things are going to be better and whatever. So you pay me and then you tell me things are going to be better coming next month and whatever. So yes, I sit there as an idiot and believe you. So it wasn't like
so you kept believing that things would get better.
Exactly. So if I come to you now, you sound like things going to be better, I'm going to believe you.
Barbara says this is happening all over the island and it's disgraceful. There's no accountability. Cece says, up to this day, I'm the most hated person for speaking my truth. They told someone I was wrong for what I did. I just wanted what was rightfully mine. Wanda says, if the employer couldn't pay her current helper, how is she going to pay a replacement helper? This employer's treatment is absolutely criminal. Charles says, Sandra, hope she's not one of the 5 friends you said you have. Charles, no. Tammy says, Sandra had to take her glasses off to hell pressure. Sat Chamau Pao says the cleaners at the schools with the agencies are also mistreated. Which agencies? You guys name them, honey child.
The janitorial ones, them, any of the ones that clean out the public schools in Cayman, they get treated badly.
Melanie says Clean Cayman is one of those that mistreat their staff. You see, there has to be some things that happen here, right? I mean, you can't have offenders, employers who continue to offend and nothing happens to them. It just doesn't seem right that you could be not paying pension, not paying insurance, not doing all this stuff. And it's so easy for you to open up a new business. It's so easy for you to get, and I've said this before, when we were talking about pensions, I think it was last week, where this elderly guy, every single company he's affiliated with isn't paying pensions, and yet he keeps getting business licenses. It's like the shutter guy. He's taking money from people never doing a job. How do these people keep getting work permits, business licenses, and so on? Somebody has got to get smarter in government. And I saw, I think it was Aliano talking about government's responsibility in all of this. And I can't blame government for people's non-compliance, but what I can blame government for is when people are non-compliant, you encourage the foolishness by not stopping them, by not putting certain measures in place. If you have an active complaint against you for non-payment of pension and non-payment of insurance, right? You should not be able to get another business license or another work permit. until something is done to address that situation. Now, I understand that there is a possibility that some complaints could be complaints without merit. So, there has to be some very quick investigations that occur, but this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Damien says there need to be discrimination laws. Seems that many of us get abused or inferior. I mean, this is, listen, I just don't know what to say.
Well, I'm glad I came out and speak out because I didn't want to be here and then hear, oh, they found this girl.
How much money are you still owed, Stacey?
$2,340.
That's it? You sure?
$340.
So she paid for all of them months that in 20.
Yeah, I think correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like it was you'd go months in arrears and then she'd pay something to kind of get it caught up. Was there ever a point in time when she didn't owe you anything that you were completely caught up?
When she paid me for 3 months. That's it. But I'm still going to get paid from February until now. I'm in March.
Oh. Wow. Steven says, I can't believe this lady went this long without a paycheck. She must have mad, poor lady. Not you being mad, but the employer being mad. Sharon says, this is awful. I'm an expat domestic helper, and thank God I go on the bus and you hear some conversations at times which are appalling. And I can't see why people treat others the way some helpers say. It's inhumane, in my opinion. Wow. So Andrea says, Jane, you'd be surprised. Back in 2016, I met a lady. She was working for 8 people. And she only got half a day on Saturdays, $500 a month. And the lady works in immigration. When she tried to leave, she blocked her. She won't be able to get another permit ever. What?
And that's the problem, Miss Sandy. That's the problem. The problem is that
there's a lot of things go on in this country.
I'll tell you.
There's a lot of things that people don't know. There's a lot of people who have to leave this island, go back to their country because of this work permit they hold over their head. If they speak out, that's what they get.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people.
It's a problem, Miss Sandy.
I know if you get story on your show, you take a year to finish, hear them all. Trust me.
Yeah, it's a problem, Miss Sandy. Because I'll give you an example. If you have the director of work, allegedly, let's say theoretically, right?
It's a shame, trust me.
Takes out a work permit.
I just want to suffer the way I suffer. I just don't want nobody to go through what I go through. And I pray that if I ever get a job again, it's somebody who treat me good, because I've been through the abuse and I will never want to go back through that again.
Wow. Just 1 second, Jared. Christina says the Jamaican domestic helpers need to band together and demand change. Too much of this abuse is happening and it needs to stop. The Filipino community have come together and spoke up. When they were being abused, they got representation and their voices were heard. Preach, Jared.
Okay, let me lay it down clear and simple. If you're a Jamaican in Cayman, more often than not, two out of 3 times.
When I January have to pay $320
Sorry, Stacey. I know you can't hear Jared, but just
yeah.
1 second.
What I'm saying, Miss Sandy, if you're a Jamaican, 2 out of 3 times in the Cayman Islands, you're gonna get treated badly and mistreated. The problem that we have in Cayman is that we have Caymanians. Everybody know everybody, and everybody holds an influential position, even if it's an entry-level government position. Because if me and you went school together, you say, oh yeah, that Jared went high school together. And let's say my friend, the chief immigration officer, said, boy, don't grant that work permit. Miss Sandy, this is what is going on. And this is the abuse work permit holders are experiencing, and in particular, Jamaicans. And to be honest, I don't really like that, because as somebody who has Jamaican connections, I see it. I see my Jamaican people get the cussing and all of them things there because of the work permit situation. And how, because I would tell them, go to the labor board. My question is right now.
Well, here's what Yasmin says. She says the labor board doesn't do anything. I had an issue with a past employer, and there have been multiple complaints about this previous employer. Labor board contacted them, but did nothing. Then the employer was bragging, labor board can't touch me because of her connections.
They come on in, right?
Wow. So labor board is coming under some extreme scrutiny today. And I think somebody at labor, who's in charge of labor?
I saw a name on the internet.
We need to ask them some questions here. What is going on? Why are they being seen? And Yasmin's comment, I've been kind of going through the comments, but it seems like Yasmin's comment is not unique and different. Richard asked, I wonder how many others are in Miss Stacy's position.
A lot. It's not about I wonder, it's a lot. This is a problem. And I want the minister, whoever, to deal with this, and the director. Because Stacey, I think Stacey said she reported it. Nobody got back to her. Then the ombudsman needs to get on this, because this is a serious problem. And this is not only for Jamaicans. I'm talking about Hondurans, Cubans, Dominicans, anybody else. I really don't care about this thing about the labor not getting back. They have get back today, because this is not gonna rest. And I want Miss Stacy to give me her number, because if anything happened to Miss Stacy, I am going to take it as an issue. And I don't care who the Cayman is. Nobody should go through a situation where they're mentally stressed out, being looked down on, not being paid, not being given insurance. That Cayman has breached multiple conditions in the Labor Act. And I don't care if that real estate agent fires that person, it would be for the reason that that person
my
does
heart
not
has
treat
always
people.
my heart has always gone out to Ruth Anna, because at the end of the day, she is a mother, she's a young Caymanian person, but I can't, wrong is wrong and right is right. I can't color it any other way, right? So Kimberlyn says Stacey has just opened a door that many employees were afraid to. Now the door is opened and y'all need to call Miss Sandra and speak your truth. Name them and shame them. My God, how many people out there in this situation?
Miss Sandra, I could probably bring up.
Claire says more like Slavery Island, where their employer takes up here trying to enslave us. This is horrible. Kimaria says Jamaicans should speak to their Jamaican consulate. The last time I checked, it was Dr. Marzuka. I'm not sure how much he can help.
The Jamaican consulate has no remit and ambit in the Cayman Islands. All you can do is complain. The best they can give you is a ticket on a airline to go back to Jamaica. But you see, the thing with the Jamaican consulate is they don't have no teeth, and I don't care. They can call me and say they don't like what I gotta say. They don't serve no purpose. The Jamaican consulate serves absolutely no purpose, right? Because they don't do anything, Miss Sandy. They don't. The only thing they do is when Independence Day come, they try to do a little thing, right?
So people are confused. Somebody says, "Hi, Sandy. So sad about this helper. I'd like to ask how she was able to get another permit if she did not pay this poor lady." Someone else says that they're wondering if you and the new helper are sharing a room. Like, where does the helper stay?
No, she don't stay here. No, she don't stay here.
Oh, she's not living.
No.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's clarified, because a few people were asking that.
Yeah.
Jared, someone says you're being Mr. Nice Guy. They want to hear more from Stacey. They feel like you're being too nice.
Yeah, but this is a public forum, right? And I have to be careful what I say, because I don't want to get blacklisted. So personally, I would use different colorful words if it wasn't a public forum. But because this is Miss Sanders' forum, I have to be respectful.
And Magdalene makes the point. She says that the money that you're owed is also not counting the pay for firing her. So you should be paid severance and other things as well. So it's not just what's in arrears.
Those things bring it up to $2,340. She stated she put those in the total up to $2,340.
So Bruce says, can you ask Ruth Anna if she will just pay the lady so that this matter can be resolved? Well, yes, we can certainly ask.
Well, I'm waiting until Tuesday, what she said, the 22nd. That was the message I get back from.
So she said the 22nd.
Some labor boards here, so I'm waiting. Because I'm not working since the 6th, so I'm waiting.
Oh, my God.
Well, Miss Sandy, I was able to find out
Thanks, Jared.
who the director of labor and
Yes.
pensions. It says on the government website, which is a public website, so anybody who got issue, it is Mr. Bernard Ebanks. He's a director, and there's a lady by the name of Letitia Goring, who is the assistant director of labor and pensions. Why they're not protecting workers in the Cayman Islands, I don't know. I know this will be a hot topic for the minister in charge, as it should be. And if I could go offline with Miss Stacy just to get some details, that'd be really good. Because I don't want nothing happen to Miss Stacy. Because I don't care. Because I know you said, oh, she's a lady and yeah. Let me tell you something. That don't mean you gotta treat people like dirt and things below dirt, which is what she's done. And she has made consecutive excuses to say why she can't pay. Come on, the lady is incompetent. That what it looked like. It looked like she incompetent, and she make Caymanians look bad today. So any Jamaican employee from Jamaica or whatever, they're not going to be really looking too good on Caymanians today.
Oh,
That
but
is
hold on. We have another caller. I don't know if this man is calling to be in the show, but hold on. Good morning. Oh, it says connecting. Hello, good morning. It's still ringing and it still says connecting. Hello, good morning. Hello? Hello? I think they're trying to call on WhatsApp and it's not connecting. But if you're trying to call on the show, that number to call is 936-2626. Hold on one second. Good morning.
Good morning. You're not hearing me?
Yes, you're trying to call on the show?
No, I said Miss Susan.
No, this is Sandra, but are you trying to call? We're in the middle of a show. Were you trying to call?
Sandra, yeah, you're the right person, Sandra.
Yeah, were you trying to call on?
On.
Yeah, are you trying to call the show or are you just calling?
I'm calling to speak with Sandra.
Yeah, but we're on air live right now. So I wasn't sure if you were trying to call into the show.
No, I don't want to talk. I want to talk to Susan after the show.
To Sandra.
Yeah, Susan.
No, there's no Susan here.
This is a guy from Westgate with the broker, man.
Yes, we were talking about labor and employment issues. So I wasn't sure if you were listening to the show and trying to call in.
No, I never hear the show.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I was just trying to speak to her, let you know that I'm still not working.
Okay.
Last year, October to now, should help me.
All right. Well, let me call you when the show is over then.
Okay, then thank you.
Yes. All right.
Oh, I tell you.
Actually, that's another employment situation where the man broke his arm and there was no insurance.
And he didn't get paid.
There was no pay. There was nothing. And so he's calling me to tell me he's still not working. What am I supposed to do, y'all? I know y'all think. Listen, I know
you can't do anything, but when you talk, at least somebody in authority, somebody in government, I know somebody is on listening to the show, maybe on air. They will hear it. That's the only way you can voice it out there and be here.
Well,
Taylor says, can be done about it.
Taylor says, from what I hear, Sandy, if you call out everyone, you would have your first 24-hour show.
Yeah.
I know.
Real. Jeez. All I want is all those money that I spent for my doctor bill. Since I didn't have insurance, I need back those money too. I need them back. Yes.
Ridiculous.
If I have insurance, I wouldn't have to be paying all those cash from my pocket, so I need them back too.
Because you've been paying all your dental and medical stuff out of pocket.
Yeah, $222,000. That's in Jamaica. 197, 343 here. I need it back. But in insurance, I won't have to spend all those money.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's sad. All right. Miss Stacy, I mean, we're obviously very sorry for what is happening to you. I don't even know what to say. I must tell you that I'm shocked. I am really, really shocked.
I'm not sure.
There's a lot more that's gonna shock you. There's a lot more. Trust me, you're gonna get
Miss
somebody calling you the worse than I am. There's
Miss
a lot
Sandy.
more out on this island, and there's a lot more that people want to voice their opinion, but they don't know how to voice it. So if you guys are here and you're listening and you want to go ahead and voice your opinion, or call in, or call the show, or come on the show, please go ahead and talk. Because your truth that set you free. It's not you coming here and making up stories of life. Because I have every receipt, every invoice, and every email. I don't believe in nothing. So if I'm gonna say something, I have what to back it up.
Just 1 second. We do have a caller who's calling in. Hold on 1 second. Now, the good thing about this calling system is I believe we can actually add multiple callers. Good morning.
Good morning, Sandra. How are you?
Hi, morning. How are you?
I am blessed and highly favored beyond measures.
That's wonderful.
I wanted to give my input.
Okay.
We have so many helpers going through the same exact thing. Some of the helpers are so scared to speak out. I just had to call one and ask her to tune into Mall Road and see how this helper had the courage to call in and to express herself with what's going on. They are so scared. They are threatened. Meantime, employers are partying, traveling the world, they got these high-class jobs and treating their helpers this way. You have a situation where cynical is paying the employer to pay the helper, and the employer gets the money and still don't give the helper all of the money she's supposed to get. And it's helper after helper after helper. This has been happening too. As soon as you speak out, they run and get lawyer not to put their names on top of Mall Road. You understand? So it's going. I mean, it's going through Cayman Islands like crazy with people, with helpers being treated this way, and it needs to stop. Don't tell them to go to labor board, because then I personally went to labor board with the lady that I'm referring to, and they're just baloney. Me myself as a Caymanian have been to labor board, and labor board rule in favor of the employer. When the judge threw out my case, the judge threw it out because they didn't have any evidence of what they were accusing me with. But at the end of the day, Labor Board in return ruled in favor of the employers. So Labor Board it don't make no sense to go to Labor Board. I'm sorry. And I, as a Caymanian, is saying that because I've experienced it. I've experienced it personally, and I've experienced it with the helpers that I took there to look in justice. Friend thing, it's a serious issue. You understand, here in the Cayman Islands, a lot gets by and goes under the carpet because of friend. Oh, that's my friend, and I can't do her this, and I can't do him that, and what have you. It needs to stop. It needs to stop.
Wow. Well, Richard says, I hope that this is just the beginning of an island-wide investigation. Anesta says, Sandra, you're the voice of the people on this island. Sonia says, Sandra, the voice of the people. I mean, it's so sad that CMR has to be the voice of the people. We're not your elected officials.
The politicians not doing it, Sandy. The politicians not doing it. I don't know why we put faith in politicians. The politicians can't do it. They can't do everything.
The sentiment again, Island Girl says Cayman Mall Road is really powerful. You'll be surprised, Miss Sandy, what you can do. Well, I'm glad that this platform can be used to help people, because my God, my question is, what were you doing before CMR? People were just taking this?
Miss Sandy, they were suffering. I can listen. You see, in 2013, one Jamaican lady said to me, Jared, they're not paying me my amount because I live in at the house, and that is what they're doing. The employers, because the individual are employees living at the house, they don't feel like they have to pay them their salary because they're living in at the house. And the thing is, like, are you serious? This person got family to feed.
Is it time for them to stop allowing domestic workers to live in, because it seems like they are more likely to be abused in a different kind of way?
Well,
should the government have to legislate that? To me, that sounds crazy.
The cost of living in Cayman is exponential. So even if you take domestic helpers out, it might help one issue, but it will probably create another issue. And the thing is, there needs to be legislation where foreign workers are protected and are not abused. Because, truth be told, I'm gonna be very blunt. If the governor can support LGBTQ plus, you need to protect the foreign workers, because the governor does not want, and the Cayman government does not want, a human rights complaint in
But I
terms of
mean,
mistreatment.
I don't know if we should. I don't know if we should mix issues in terms of that. But
Well, okay.
the legislators' responsibility is to put the laws in place.
Yeah.
And then they hire the civil servants and set up the departments to actually enforce the laws. So, to be fair to the legislators, it's not their job to enforce the laws. They write the laws and they make sure the enforcement mechanisms are in the law. And they say, if you don't pay, this is what happens, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
But it is honestly up to labor and pensions. It's up to these different, regulatory bodies to ensure that people are doing the right thing. And when they are not, the response should be swift.
All right.
It shouldn't be 5 years later. They're still trying to resolve pension issues.
As a youth parliamentarian, Miss Sandy, who is versed in the new Westminster parliamentary procedures, you're correct in practice. However, people can't follow what isn't legislated. And right now in the Labor and Pension Act, it
says you have to pay pension. It says you have to.
Yeah,
the call-in number, Andrea, is streaming at the bottom, 936-2626. We have a few more minutes in the program. I do have to try to get to court on time today because there is a verdict that is coming down that I know all of you are very, very interested in. So Sharon says insurance is a different issue, as you are only entitled to a certain amount to copay, irrespective of how much your monthly premium is. But if it's not being paid at all, I think it's a problem. So yes, 936-BOBO is the call-in number. Feel free to call in. Nat B says, I've always wondered why Jamaicans don't work together. That has been going on for decades regarding being forced to pay for their work permits, no pay, no insurance, etc. Speak up. And Nat B, it's not just Jamaicans. I mean, I met an Indian lady the other day. Remember the story about oh God, remember the story of the guy who ran into the little hut on the side of the road? The little cooking, like the mobile cooking stand, and they were doing Indian food. And I was telling you guys about that. Well, he was standing up there lying to me that, he lost control of the car because he hit something or another. Everybody know the boy was drunk. I don't know who he think he was fooling, but whatever. I find it humorous and insulting at the same time when someone will stand to my face and try to lie to me because I look like a fool. Clearly, I look like I'm a fool, right? I don't know who this person is, but let me see. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, are you trying to call in the show?
Yes, I am.
Okay, call 936-2626.
Okay, on WhatsApp?
Yeah, you can call on WhatsApp. That's no problem. Or straight line, however you want to call.
Okay.
Okay, there. She's calling from overseas, so.
Yeah, people going to call Miss Sandy. This is a can of worms. I tell you that. So, it seems as if the civil servants, there either is a miscommunication in how the law should be followed.
Well, there shouldn't be any miscommunication. I think the law is pretty clear.
Yeah, so why haven't they been responding to the complaints? Because one Caymanian lady called and brought a Caymanian employer
The
to
list
the
says,
labor.
I'm a domestic helper. Thank you, Jesus, for my employers. I empathize with Stacy.
Yeah.
Some people are just horrible to domestic helpers, and I don't understand it. Like I said, these people are taking care of your children. They're cooking your food. They're cleaning it. How in good conscience can you mistreat people? I mean, I only have Miss Pam. She's been coming to me for years, and she only comes once a week because I don't need anybody around me, no 24/7. And when I had my daughter, I said to my husband, we were thinking about getting her a nanny, and we tried out a girl for, I think I did a temporary, was it 3 months? And after the 3 months, I said, no, honey child, this is not gonna work for me. Let me just put her in daycare and we will work with it. If I'm unavailable, I check with my husband's schedule. I said, honey, I got to work this night. I got to work this evening. You're on duty. You know, you've got to be with Gianna. He'll tell me, okay, I have to work this weekend. Don't make any plans. You know, we try to coordinate our schedules, and sometimes it is very difficult. I mean, I could see how having someone would be so much easier. You know, even some days it pick up and whatever. And during the election, I had to hire someone temporarily to assist. And, you know, that little temporary situation, it was great and it worked out fine or whatever. But I don't really understand how you can mistreat people. Even sometimes Ms. Pam will say to me, oh, Miss Sandy, you are so kind. You know, I give her little stuff for Christmas. If I need to clear out my closets, I try to give her first dibs unless there's someone specifically in need. You know, like I don't, she comes to me once a week, but she's been coming for years and I'm attached to her. Now she doesn't need a work permit because she just came out in status, right? Because she's been a Cayman for donkey years. But I can't imagine mistreating her, right? I pay her salary once a month. She gets paid for her day's work. If, heaven forbid, something happened and I can't get it to her that day, sometimes the next day, even on a weekend, I'll drive to her where she lives. Miss Pam, here's your money. I know people have groceries. They have responsibilities. You know, whatever is going on in my life, if I can't afford to have her, then I need to say, you know what, Miss Pam, don't come for the month. I can't afford to have you. Even she went to Jamaica for Christmas. She came back and catch COVID. And I knew because she does days work for different people that she would have gone all that time being in Jamaica for over a month without getting paid. Plus, when she come back now and get licked by COVID, that was another 3 weeks down without getting paid. So when she came to me, I said, Miss Pam, I'm going to pay you same way during your COVID break as though you were here working. It really not taking much off of my back. All right, we have another caller. Just a minute. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Morning, dear. How can we help you? You're on air. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm calling about the program to talk about how Jamaicans have been mistreated in Cayman Islands.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I came there. I think it was 2015, 2016, somewhere thereabout, and it was a living helper, and I was mistreated. I get $500 per month, and
wow.
it was terrible. I did 4 months and leave, trying to get another permit, and it's like the person that I was working with, she blocked me, so I couldn't get another permit, so I did have to leave.
Wow.
Yeah, I did have to leave. Yeah.
So she was paying you as a live-in $500 for the month.
$500 per month.
And when you took the job, did she explain to you that is what you'd be getting paid?
No, when I was in Jamaica before I came to Cayman, she told me I was going to look after two kids, 2 children. When I do all that I have to do, remember I borrow money and all that to buy tickets and all that to go. So I leave bill back in Jamaica to pay. I leave some bills, high bills back in Jamaica to pay. And she told me it was going to be two kids. When I go, because Jamaica is hard, that I was excited and glad to go because it was an opportunity I didn't want to miss. So I go at it as soon and quick as possible. So I have to get money, borrow and all that, so I could do what I have to do. And I went. When I went, when I think it was 2 kids. When I went, it was 4 kids.
What? 4 kids?
4.
For $500 a month?
4 kids plus she and her husband. $500 a month. I have to wash. I have to do everything.
Oh my God! Wow.
Whenever it's not raining, I have to put the clothes out on the line to dry. I couldn't use the dryer when it's not raining.
That is slave-like
I wake up
conditions.
in the morning at 5 to get kids ready to go to school, so miss the bus. And sometime after working all day at night when I ready to shower to go to bed, I can't even bend to wash my feet. I have to use one foot to wash the other.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
it was terrible.
how long did you stay working with those people?
I did it for 4 months and I couldn't go no more. The permit was for 6 months. I did 4 months and I said, I couldn't go no more. I met a girlfriend there. She was the one that was trying to help me and all that. And she was telling me to try to stick it out. I said, no, I can't do this no more. And I gave them the notice from the month before, say I'm gonna leave the following month. And she said, okay, that. And when the time come for me to leave, when I wrote a letter, my friend encouraged me to write a letter. And I did that and bring it in, and I don't know. It's like I get somebody else to do a permit for me, and they blocked it. I don't know what, but I didn't get through. And they immediately give me time to buy tickets. I have to be calling people, begging money to buy tickets to go home. And I didn't get to save nothing. That girlfriend that I had, she was my rock. She stood by me. She bought me stuff and all that. Even up until today, she's the one I can call to for any little help I need.
So you've left Cayman since then?
I remember I didn't get the permit.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, she had
So I had to leave.
Wow.
I had to leave, and I was scared of trying to get another one because I said maybe I try another one and I might not get it. I think I did try another one. I did twice. I think I did two. I did one and I was there, and I did one after, and I didn't get two. I didn't get to.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing your story, because I think that the more people that speak out and the more we understand how prevalent abuse is in this country, especially of domestic workers, but any worker, the more that the government needs to address this, and people are advocating for some sort of like labor union. I don't know ultimately what the solution is, but I think that part of the solution is going to be discussing it and letting people know what is actually happening. Because people are saying patience is here. It's been going on for years.
It's a systemic problem, Miss Sandy.
How can this be happening? Of all the places in the world, I mean, this is the Cayman Islands. We're a top financial center. Blah blah blah. We want bragging rights about certain things, but yet our own people are treating others less than a dog. How can this be? This cannot be right.
Miss Sandy, Cayman looks good on the paper and surface, but if, like you and I know, if you peel back that surface,
and after
you will
told her
see
I
some
was
things.
leaving, she agreed and all that, and she called her son to take me out to the town where I was going to stay with another friend. And then after she did that, then she called because she worked at immigration, She worked in immigration, and she called her son to take me to.
Your employer worked immigration?
Yes.
Lord have mercy. You got to be joking. Andrea says, I know this lady. Her employer works immigration. She blocked her. She told me the lady locked off her AC in her room and no days off. Your employer works immigration?
Yes.
Right.
And when I left with her son to go to town, she called her workplace and tell them that her helper leave without telling her, so she can't be at work. Yes, after she agreed for me to leave because
I'm sorry, but if we're going to name Ruth Anna this morning, then I need to know the name of your former employer. Who are you working for?
I don't want to call her name. I don't want to call her name. I don't want. It's
but
crazy.
you do understand that this is part of the problem because you're
If
protecting her.
that's the thing. The
This
people
is why
them
they're going
pray
to
for
keep doing it.
that's the problem, I'm saying.
This is the problem. Victims need to start speaking out. Her last name is what?
Kirchman.
Kirchman?
That could be anybody. That could be anybody. That could be
I don't
anybody
know.
from Georgetown.
Kirchman at work immigration. I don't know who that is. But then again, I don't know the immigration roster. But we have enough people in here. Which Kirchman work immigration? Y'all must know. Let's just go ahead and call the name this morning because
You need a name and shame segment.
Really? Wow. Richard says such a good Christian country. Yes, this is the problem. One day Christians, every opportunity y'all want to talk about the LGBT community, but y'all not looking at the dirt everywhere else. Sweep the dirt. What is this saying about pick the what out of your eye? Pick that first. This is ridiculous, man. And somebody who works immigration abusing people.
Yes.
And you're not supposed to do that,
actually, when I tried to get another permit, I was blocked.
Someone says it is Daphne Kirchman. Who's she?
That's it.
Oh,
That's
Lord
her.
Jehovah. Wow.
That's her.
Oh, someone said you did an expose on her already. She was drunk on the roadside, I think, by every little bar in Bodden Town on the wall. Oh, some of y'all love to come on CMR. More than once, look like. Oh, a man was trying to sex her. Oh, yes, I remember that when she fell over the wall. Oh, this is the same person? And she has 4 children that you were taking care of and not the 2 she told you? Y'all need to do better.
She told me 2 when I go with 4.
Y'all need to do better. You know, to me, it's interesting that immigration would allow anyone in immigration to take out a work permit and then allow them to be able to block if they get rid of the person, if the person leaves their employment, for them to have any say whatsoever in what happens to the next person's permit. That should not even be allowed because that is an abuse of their position.
Yeah,
But
when
Kim
I
and
leave,
small,
I
Miss
didn't
Sandy, so it's gonna happen.
I think it was 2-3 days after I called her, and then they meet me out the town and gave me the envelope with the $500. Because at the time when I leave, I couldn't do it no more. Wow. I even told him I was going back to Jamaica. Honestly, I told her I was going back to Jamaica, even though I was trying to get another permit. I told her I was going back to Jamaica because I just wanted to get out of it.
And Miss Sandy, I have to make note that this is not just only happening with foreigners. We do
My
have
friend
Kimanians
said she said try to just build next 2 months. I said no, I can't do no more.
Wow.
I work for 4 months and we don't save not even $1.
Well, thank you, my dear, for sharing your story as well.
Yes, thanks
I
for
appreciate it.
listening.
Looks like we'll have to continue the conversation. We'll probably have to continue this conversation on Monday, folks, because I do have to go. I've got to go off to court this morning. But thank you, ladies. Miss Stacy.
Hi.
Thank you so much as well.
You're welcome.
I know it takes a lot. And again, my apologies because I know you've been messaging me forever. My apologies for now just getting to this, but wow. Unbelievable. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
All right, keep us posted, please. And I'm going to give Jared your number because he says he wants to be able to reach out to you.
Message me on WhatsApp.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'll try messaging on WhatsApp.
Okay,
all right. If anything happened to you, just let me know. Just let me know.
Yeah,
I don't want that to happen to you.
Jared, I'll give you her number and you can certainly reach out to her. I just hope that this
If
situation...
you could send it to me on WhatsApp, that'd be
yes, I just hope that this situation is resolved, folks. I mean, it's sad and I don't like it. Gives me no pleasure. Trust me, it actually pains me to my core to have to sit here and call out Caymanians, call out young Caymanians, Caymanian mothers. I mean, every excuse in the world. Somebody else says the call is referring to Daphne Kirchman. She is my friend. Well, talk to your friend. You know, if these people are your friends, talk to your friend because they clearly need help. They need to get their affairs in order. You cannot go around speaking to treating people like this. Now there's another situation popping off at one of the schools. Oh, Lord have mercy. And all the parents have been messaging me. I'm seeing your messages and I'm on it this afternoon because I do have to go to court first. And then I've got a 1 o'clock and then a 1:30. And after that, I can start to read your messages. But wow. There are just so many issues. Gee, some days I don't even know where to begin. When I start reading my messages, I'm like, Lord, another situation at another school. Wow. Anesta says, I've been through a similar situation like this lady on the phone, Sandra, but thanks be to God, I did have my head in my body and survived and still been here. Wow. Shirley says, when I first came to Cayman, the woman was working for, she say that I will be paid $110 per week from Monday to Saturday. And she say that Saturday is for the $10, and I have to be there from 8 to 5. And when 5 comes, I can't go home until she says I can go 8 at night. And I have to walk all the way from down Prospect, and mosquitoes were my friends coming up. Lord Jehovah. She was so cruel to me. Tracy Jackman is her name. Well, everybody naming and shaming her today.
Name and shame segment.
Wanda says unbelievable. Jamila says Marshall, and then she don't even look presentable when you go works. Her face always makeup. Well, Wanda says this is Pandora's box. Well, guess what? It has been opened, folks, and we're gonna have to continue this conversation on Monday. The gentleman who was just calling me, I'm going to tell him to stop calling me privately about his bad employer. And it's time to put him on blast too. The man broke his arm on the job and his employer has not paid a dime. During Christmas, you guys will remember, I was arranging for people to go take the man Christmas dinner and dinner before that so that he could eat. He couldn't barely cook with the one broken arm. We were taking him groceries and food, and yet he is here in the Cayman Islands on a work permit. Now, y'all tell me how that make any damn sense. Something stinks in this country when it comes to labor and employment and abuses, and it stinks to high heavens. The security guards making $6 an hour. Oh, God, one of them stopped me yesterday too. Miss Sandra, please help us. We need you to do something about minimum wage. I said, sir, please remember, I'm not an elected official. I don't change laws.
I think when the premiere comes on at the next premiere access, we will have a lot of slew of questions in regards to Labour and his minister and the Department of Labour and why is it ineffective in doing its job. So if the premier is watching this or his
I think we need to ask Frans Manderson that question because Frans Manderson is head of the civil service. The premier is not head of the civil service.
Yeah, but
the day he starts criticizing civil servants, they're the biggest block of voters in this country, and they're really the ones who running the show and the civil service and in this government. All of a sudden, he'll never be able to get anything done. So maybe
that's true. But you know something? For the government to be boasting about a world-class civil service today, don't seem like a world-class civil service. Today seems like a sinking boat service when it comes to Department of Labor and Pension Board. And so, and I don't want none of them people in labor, immigration, work to be chastising none of the foreign workers. Because if it goes like that, there's going to be a problem. And I'm putting them on blast so that they know that I will be watching. And anybody who tell me, say, Jared, say, yeah. So that's just to let them know, because I know they're probably going to be trying, let's get that one out. Okay. So if anybody loses their job after this segment, Jamaican, Honduran, Filipino, I will give Miss Sandy my number and they can contact me, and I will look into filing certain things with the ombudsman to check these agencies because they're ineffective, and France need to look at that. Well, the honorable deputy governor needs to look at.
Someone else speaks about Daphne Kirchman. She says her name is Daphne Kirchman. She's from East End. Her husband has a home on High Rock Drive. I used to live in that same road when I first come to live in East End. Every 2 weeks, she changed helpers and abused them. What a mess. Jared?
Yeah, I see you on Monday. I'll be here Monday.
Lord have mercy.
Have a good weekend. Have a good
Yes, my
weekend,
dear child.
Cameron.
We got some issues, folks. And quite frankly, we're going to have to start addressing some of these issues. You know, at the end of the day, you cannot abuse people that work for you. It's as simple as that. I don't know how much simpler. I was telling you guys about the poor Indian lady who had the little food stall in Savannah, being abused by her employer, being told that she has to take out a work permit and she has to pay for it and she must pay for the business license. And I said, you do realize that all these things are against the law, right? So you shouldn't be complacent. You shouldn't be doing it. But some people are so desperate to remain here for the possibilities of a decent employment situation that they don't recognize what they're getting into. And then you have these employers who mean them no good. They're cursing at them. They treat them worse than dogs, because trust me, I would never treat a dog the way I hear these helpers and some workers being treated. So I don't even want to make the analogy and compare it to a dog, because you don't even treat dogs so. Treat them like the dirt that you just sweep out of your house and you discard and you don't even care about. Why? How can you people sleep at night is what I want to know. Honestly, when you put your head down at night, how do you sleep? Knowing that you've mistreated people, do you just not care? That's it? You're so callous? Those of you who work for governments, you have good jobs, and you still have the audacity to mistreat people, there's something wrong with you all. Louis says we need a labor union to enforce labor acts. That's what labor and pensions is for. They have an enforcement arm, and I've seen them flex their muscles when they're ready with certain people. So what is the issue? Why are they not doing this across the board? Is it because there are too many complaints? Well, then that's where government now needs to hire more labor enforcement officers. Kim Maria says, Sandy, you should run for... Oh, no. Let me tell you something. If you want to get little to nothing done, run for politics. Now, I'm not lambasting the politicians, because I think they do their best with what they have. But the truth of the matter is, I am more effective sitting right where I am. And this is what I told people even before the last election. Oh, you should run for office. No, thank you. Because I actually believe in getting stuff done. I'll give you an example. A lady called me a couple days ago. She's a stroke survivor, and her physiotherapy is very, very important to her recovery. She's making wonderful progress because of her consistent therapy. All of a sudden now she can't get an appointment. She can't reach nobody. She call in. She don't know what's going on. She's like, please, I need help. So by the time she called me this week to say, Sandy, I can't get anybody to help me, she already had called her politician. She's exhausted that option. Still nothing going on. Listen to me. Within 5 minutes, I had someone calling her to sort out her appointment. Now, call it what you will. I call it the CMR effect. And in fact, on Monday, after the verdict comes in today, I'm going to tell you guys how CMR's name being called up in court 24/7. So I'm going to tell you about the CMR effect. And the difference is, I actually don't have a reputation that I'm overly concerned about. I'm concerned about the truth more than a reputation. So I'm not here to pretend to be something I'm not. You know, I'm not here to get votes. I'm not here to make friends. Y'all see, I'm happy with I think it's only 4 friends now, but it might be 5. So I got my 5 friends, and I don't need anybody else. I'm not looking for friends. I don't need anybody to do anything for me. Nobody not paying my bills. So these same people who are abusing people, they not got nothing that they can hold over me. They can't be like, oh, well, I not gonna pay. I don't care. Me and you're not friends. I don't know you. I don't know Daphne Kirchman. I don't know her mama. I don't know her daddy. And even if I did, I simply don't care. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Now, I do know Ruth Anna, and I'm very, very disappointed that I'm having to have this discussion again. We know that Ruth Anna has been featured on the show for previous situations with her salon. And in that situation, Cece can tell you, I was being cussed out left, right, and center because why aren't you posting that? Because I try to give people a chance. I know the struggles. I am a small business owner. I'm like, I will call you. Please get your business together. Now, this woman has been messaging me, Miss Stacy, for months. And I see the message about Miss Ann. I didn't even realize that Miss Ann was Ruth Anna. Honest to God. I was like, what the? So I'm thinking there's still pensions arrears that haven't been paid in the background, right? I'm told are being worked on. So I'm like, okay, give the girl an opportunity to work on that and to sort it out. Now, to hear that there are new situations that are ongoing now really breaks my heart. And my heart is broken, first and foremost, for the employee who is finding herself working for months at a time with no pay. I can like you from now till eternity. But in this world, folks, we all need money to pay our bills, right? I can't call up CUC and say, well, CUC may just send me one bill for $425. And my employer hasn't paid me, so guess what? I can't pay my bills. I have children in Jamaica or East End or North Side or whatever, and I need to send money to my children, and I can't send money to my children. These are not excuses that you can give to anybody. I'm surprised the university not kick out Stacey children. She can't go to them about, oh, my employer that came out is not paying me. They're not business. They're like, your employer where? You have bills and you have to pay your bills. Otherwise, you find yourself in trouble. So at the end of the day, folks, if it takes starting to name and shame people, I don't care if you work immigration. I don't care if you're the chief immigration officer. I don't care if you're the premier of this country. I don't care who you are, right? If you start to do wrong and you start to do certain things, what needs to happen is you, the people who are being impacted by this, need to utilize this platform, get on the show, and talk about the abuse that you're having to endure and name your abusers. Y'all saw when I tried to do it with a certain Matthew Leslie, what happened? I get hauled into court. It wasn't my issue, you know. The man never tried to do anything to me because God knows how that would have ended. I'm trying to take up for you all, but you have to do your part. That was the number one lesson that I learned from that case. You have to do your part. People sexually abusing you, come on the show. We will help you. If we have to hide your face, change your voice, whatever, we now have all the technology in the world, folks. We can make it happen, but you need to come on and tell your story in your own words. Bring your receipts. Bring your screenshots. Bring your voice notes. Bring all the evidence in the world that you have. It is really, really unfortunate. But we cannot sit back and talk about we're world-class anything, because definitely that's not world-class civil servants when you have them not doing their job and abusing people. And we are likewise not a world-class country when we are sitting back and allowing this to happen, or we are participating in this kind of foolishness as well. If you bring someone in as a domestic helper and you find that you can't actually pay them, you can't budget, you're going to have to find something else. In some instances, it is actually cheaper to put your children in daycare than to get a helper. Y'all realize that? Now, it means that you might have to be a parent on weekends. Heaven forbid, you should try to parent your own children. But economically, there are times when it might be $600 a month for daycare. That's cheaper than paying somebody $1,200 a month to sit down all day with your children. Put your child in daycare, one that you can afford. Don't be running to CIS and Montessori now. with big time bills if you can't pay them people, because they'll kick you out same way. But there are more cost-effective daycares in place, and they can teach your little children their ABCs and their 1, 2, 3s. And for the most part, they're in a safe environment. You got to look at your finances. I know things are tough. And I'm not trying to judge people about their money situation, but some of y'all be living a double life. You can't pay your helpers. You're saying that you're struggling to pay bills. And then people see you out in the streets flossing 24/7. And that's the kind of thing that gets you in trouble. Not just that we're sitting down judging you, because we are judging you. Like, how can you not pay your bills, but you out every weekend, or you out every night, or you're doing this, or you're doing that? Take, for example, that woman who went and robbed Tortuga. The reason why she felt pressured to rob her employer is because she go around borrowing money that she can't pay back. And the woman's like, if you don't pay me back my money, I come in to confiscate the car, because that's what she used as collateral. So the text messages showed the pressure was on. I need my money and I need it today, or I'm coming to take your car. And that same day, Tortuga get robbed. Poor Eve was under pressure. But I can't feel sorry for Eve, because every weekend this woman out flossing, custom made suits, hair, makeup, bleaching, this, not all that costs money. You can't wear one outfit more than once. Every event you go to, oh, I go into this event, $25, $50. I must show up looking ghetto fabulous. If you cannot afford it, don't put yourself in problems, folks. Don't put yourself to shame, because you're trying to keep up with, I don't even know whoever the Joneses are these days, and they're not nobody to impress, believe me, you. Have what you can afford. Work for what you want in life. Don't mistreat people. Don't steal from people. How can you mistreat people looking after your nappy-head children? Because some of y'all got nappy-head children. And I'm just telling you the facts. And y'all want them to do everything for your children. They must wipe their behind. They must braid that nappy hair and be trying to grease it down, all kinds of stuff. What do y'all? No, sir. Shirley says they say the work permit is your life they're holding. Sandy, you're doing a great job. You're the voice of those who don't have a voice. People may say they don't like you, but continue to your best. Thank you, my love. Mary says you did it in 5 minutes. Why couldn't her MP be as effective? I don't know, honey chow. I don't know. But listen, I do get it. That part of it as well, this is a CMR factor, I suppose, is when I call people, they kind of listen to me. When I message people and I said, listen, this person is having this issue. Can you please just sort it out? And believe me when I tell you, there's a lot of stuff that never makes it on CMR, because I do really give people the opportunity to fix their shit. Whether it's a government agency or not, just DEH earlier this week. I said, I'm getting a complaint that you're not inspecting food in Cayman Brac. This could be very dangerous for the people of Brac. Next thing you know, somebody get poisoned because food gone through not get inspected. So I messaged the head of DEH and I said, sir, I have this complaint. Poor him, he was on vacation, so he didn't even know what's going on. Because somebody got COVID, somebody else sick, there's no inspectors, food inspectors. And food is being held up, blah, blah, blah. I said, look here, this is the complaint. Can you please look into it? And right away, I must tell you, the response was, thank you for bringing this to our attention. Immediately, I messaged the man at 11:46 a.m. He responded by 11:48, and I sent him a screenshot of the message. By 11:50, 11:48, y'all do the math, to 11:50 is how many minutes? No, 11:46, sorry. To 11:50, that's 4 minutes, right? He says, I will be arranging for an officer to go and conduct inspections in the interim. In 4 minutes, that was resolved. So I said, thank you. Now I don't have to put you on blast, and I don't have to bring this to the people's attention. Just get it done. I'm all about just get it done. Nathina says, speak out. You all have to find your own voice. And everybody like, you the voice, you the voice. I don't mind using the CMR platform to help people, but you have to help yourself. You have to be your first voice. Like Stacy said, poor thing, she was so afraid. Every time she would see me, she was afraid to speak up. She was afraid to come forward. You have to put the fear aside when it comes to your mental health. Like she said, she's stressed out because she can't pay her bills. You know what happens when people are stressed out and can't pay their bills? You know how many people have committed suicide over financial stress? The stress that y'all putting these people under is real and it's unnecessary. Irvin says, Sandy, I told my husband I will eat sardines and crackers to pay my staff. During COVID lockdown, they got paid half their weekly salary, and we were only exempt for a couple hours per day. And this is the thing. When you enter into business, folks, you have to know what you're getting into. And there are times when you might have to make those types of sacrifices to make sure that people you are employing are actually eating and they're able to pay their bills. So Darlene says maybe he is the biggest problem. He was the chief immigration officer for years. Maybe this not any bad news for him. Maybe he were the biggest part of the problem and now he's a deputy governor. So listen to me. I am sure that Franz Manderson is trying his best and he will come on the show. But I also think that the civil service is a very unique animal, right? And there's a lot of foolishness that goes on within the civil service, as well as they're doing a lot of good things. And we need to, I always say to them, highlight the good that you're doing, because a lot of times people don't know what good is actually happening within the civil service. But there are issues that clearly need to be addressed and need to be fixed. And we are not afraid to address them. Lovelet says, I don't take no S from anybody, from no employer. I don't care who you are. You have to treat people equally. Melissa says on Monday, we want it resolved, payment in full from the employer. So she has until Tuesday. Let's give her until Tuesday. That's when she told labor she would pay it. Now, I don't know what the situation is. I don't know if there's another closing that she's waiting on by hook or by crook. Ruth Anna, please just find the woman money. That's all I can say. Because this is really quite unfortunate. And, you know, she'll have to go back home. Don't be trying to block the woman work permit. I wish I could hire somebody right now to, some days I need a little help picking up Gianna, but I don't, like I said, I'm very mindful of my finances, child. And I need to know what I can afford and what I can do. And my husband, I said early on, nobody not gonna be raising my daughter but me. And there's good reasons why you want to make sure that you take that position in life as well. But I get the need sometimes for a little bit of help. But that shouldn't be, you're not pawning your children off on other people. They're helpers. They're not the parent of your children. Oh, so Shan Lee says Christ can't deal with Sandy, my love. Where's my hot mess button? Hold on here now. What a hot mess, folks. What a hot mess. It is what it is. Al says I must stop knocking nappy hair, people. It's good here. Well, I got nappy hair too, child. And I'm proud of it. Looking good, looking good. I see a little gray is coming in again. That poor woman said she went from having black hair to gray hair because of stress. I was like, wow. From this another person again. My daughter is working from December and January, and she's not been paid, but yet she collected from Cynical. This is another thing with Cynical. You know, I'm going to talk to y'all about this on Monday because this is another issue that clearly needs to be addressed. Yeah, right, Ebony. I'm not knocking nappy hair. I'm just saying that some of y'all got nappy hair. And the same people that you not paying and that you stressing out, you be telling them that they must be giving your children all kind of fancy hairdos and grease down the edges and do this and that. The very grooming of your children, the giving of the baths, the feeding. I mean, some nannies legit take over as a parent for these children, some helpers. I've seen it. I've seen children run to the helper quicker than they will run to their own mother or father because that's who they relate to. That's who they're spending most of their time with. Thank you for the love, Louis. Folks, I've got to get to court. The verdict, the jury is out. Yes, honey child. Pretty is like, aren't you going to court? Yes, my love. I'm going because the verdict is coming in for Kurt Monroe and his firearm offenses. All yesterday, from 12 o'clock straight through into after 4, they were deliberating. No verdict yet. This is going to be hot. So yes, let me end the show now. Y'all have a fabulous weekend. We'll be back on Monday. This is a conversation that clearly we're not finished with. But we'll be back on Monday, folks, and we will continue the conversations. Please do yourself a favor. Don't end up on CMR for abusing nobody. It's simple. Just don't do it. Have a good weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday.
Thank you for tuning in to another edition of The Cold Hard Truth. Make sure to check Facebook for showtimes and more information and the latest news at CaymanMarlRoad.com. Subscribe to our IG and Facebook pages to get the latest happenings.